We're back for another week. We missed a week, but we're back for another good week of Pirates of Aurora campaign. I think we're, theoretically we're in like season 5, but don't tell anyone. This is the real beginning. This is where it really begins at level 10 or 11 or whatever you guys are at now.
Ah, level 11. Cool. We got a level up in the last week, did we?
Let's take a pause.
Greetings, Pirate Council. May our tall tales please you. When last we left our heroes, they were making a mess of the plans from the Cult of Dagon in the coastal town of Merrowbottom. From otherworldly calls in the middle of the night to strange dancing rituals within the sea caves beneath the lighthouse, our heroes have left a trail of blood, gore, and destruction everywhere they've gone. In particular, upon letting loose a fireball within the semi-submerged sea caves, they have awakened a creature. This long obsidian obelisk that was the foundation of the lighthouse was revealed to be the stalk of a gargantuan anglerfish, its sickly yellow light blinding our heroes as it withdrew from the tower's top. They made their way back to the smooth sailing inn, and seeing light from the anglerfish sweep across the beach, it appears numerous fish folk are making their way ashore. But off the coast, you see small lights in the distance from the mercenary vessel of Matthias Creel, if you remember, the employee of the Emerald Trading Company and his mercenaries, making a break from the island. And you see that anglerfish's stalk rising out, casting its searchlight around, until it focuses its beam upon the ship of Matthias, and you see it illuminated greatly off the coast. You see tentacles start to rise up from the sea.
Yeah.
The Golden Guardians, who you'd made friends with at the Smooth Sailing Inn, had sort of yell at you, saying, "We'll deal with these fish folk. You deal with the fish." And you find yourselves on the docks of Merrowbottom. A couple of fish folk between you and your vessel. We're gonna roll initiative.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, never mind. Oh, I don't even have my character sheet open.
I was doing that. I was like, shit.
What the hell? We're too busy talking about anime.
Yes.
We're too excited. Killian with a strong 18. Karu with a middle of the pack 12.
Alright. Perfectly average.
Normal spot, bottom of the pack.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's so slow and old.
An 11 for Paulie.
What the fuck, Timmy?
I know.
Do you get it? You don't get advantage on initiative rolls, do you?
With that ring? Ah, it's a good point, actually.
I think it's
don't
just.
so.
I think you just get advantage on anyone who hasn't acted yet.
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So as you're standing there, the merfolk are starting to kind of make their way. The fish folk, I should say, making their way closer to you ashore. But Killian, you're first to act. Then we got some fish folk, and then Karu.
All right. And I'm assuming our ship is the one all the way to the south of us, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
The list.
Okay. Well then. I thought I'm gonna yell at the other people and be like, I thought you were dealing with these fucking fish. Yeah. And I'm just gonna throw a firebolt at the nearest boy.
Yep. And you look over, you do see the Golden Guardians have kind of formed ranks. They're gleaming golden armor. They're kind of off to the side, dealing with another pack of fish folk that have made their way ashore and are starting to tear open house doors and so on.
That is a 30 to hit for 7 fire.
For this guy in front of us?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Cool.
And I will take a few steps forward after I've thrown just a couple of steps.
Sure.
Get out of the way, like stand on the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and that's it.
All right, you see the anglerfish sort of little creatures, their sort of white eyes, there's almost like small mirrors of the gargantuan fish out in the bay. They kind of look around. They don't seem to notice you and are kind of just milling about in general. But the other fish folk do see that and start making their way over. Karu.
Yeah, I am going to. I got 55 feet of movement, so I can get. Well, even when I pass through Paulie's square, I can get right to here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna stab this guy.
Right. This guy looks particularly relatively armored, though he has no weapons to speak of. He appears to have sort of sharp claws, and looks a little bit more humanoid than some of these fish creatures. And he's got sort of this scale armor.
Yeah, sick. I'm trying to remember. We didn't have like a short rest between the last fight and now, correct?
There's probably enough time for a short rest if we want to all hit a short rest button. If you
So it was more that like the flame on my sword would still be up.
Oh, okay. Is it short rest based or is it like 10-minute based? Because you guys had to make your way from like the chapel to this part of town.
The right's effect lasts until you finish a short, long rest. Yeah.
Sure. Then yeah, it's still active.
Sweet. I'm gonna stab him.
And that means none of you get a short rest. Thanks, Karu.
Rough.
Hey, man. That's like I've got any hit dice left anyway.
Yeah, I'm out of them too,
That's
so I don't
true,
care.
actually. I did use them all, yeah.
Tactical. Did that roll? My computer's been really slow, by the way. I apologize.
That's all right. 24 to hit certainly hits.
Woo!
Ooh.
13 slashing damage and a 1 fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
I'll repeat that, hopefully, with another swipe. Oh, yeah, that'll hit. Oh my god, 13 slashing damage again. Roll another
Nice.
1. Okay, cool. 3 fire damage.
That bloodies him as he sees you kind of run up. His eyes go wide as you sprint towards him. You know, tentacles Naruto running behind you. He's kind of looking around, almost like surveying. This obviously looks like sort of an important fellow in this in this rank. And he is perhaps somewhat caught off guard by those incredible rolls, but also the fact that you would emerge to attack him.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see what he does on his turn. But for now,
I think maybe Karu, like, just as he's saying that, it's just like, you didn't do a good enough job. That's like, he just...
What language do you say that in?
I probably would say that in like the Sea Elvish dialect.
Yeah.
I reckon, just to like add to the whole fishiness flavor.
I think your eyes, you notice his eyes snap with recognition. Like he knows exactly what you've said.
My turn.
Cool. Paulie.
Alrighty. Paulie is going to use his bonus action to dash and fly 100 feet to this guy right here.
Jesus.
Yeah. Why can't I move? 1 second. I can't move.
Is it because there's a wall in front of you?
Ah, there we go. Cool. All good. Sorry, I don't do walls. Oh no, I still can't move.
Allow.
I don't do walls. I have wings.
I'll move you down.
Thank you. Oh no, 100. I think to this very end guy here. This one here.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I assume you have enough movement to kind of up and above and over anyone in particular that would come at you.
Beautiful. And then I'm going to stab him with talon.
As soon as you enter into the light, the sickly yellow light around this fishman, you see every other anglerfish snap its head towards you, even though they're not next to you.
Let's fucking go. Alright, I'm going to attack with talon. Do I have an advantage? Has he acted yet?
Correct.
29 to hit.
29 will hit.
You never know. I'm not going to assume. I'm just going to re-roll that piercing damage with my piercer effect.
I'll tell you now, you won't need to, but sure.
Adds a bit more spice to it all, that's all.
Fish.
36 damage.
36 damage.
Oh my god.
Completely. Why don't you describe to me how you murderize this thing?
You have to literally skewer him and then they maybe like splat him into the water, you know? Wipe him off the blade. Or maybe some of the lightning just fucking crackles.
Yes.
You know, and it just explodes him from the inside out.
And the little anglerfish light bulb kind of flickers, and you see it kind of pop off as his body explodes, and it just plonks into the water, and you see it glowing beneath the surface.
That's cool. Alright, and I'll end my turn there.
Alright. This little fishy...
Got that boat, right?
That's your boat, yeah.
Yep.
You see off the coast, one of the fish just dives into the water and just starts beelining it for you.
I apologize. I probably would have said as well to the crew as I left. I'm like, you guys start running up. I'll get the boat ready, and then that's when I fly off. That's what I would have probably said.
Cool.
I meant to say that. I just got excited about stabbing.
Yeah.
Typical.
Relatable.
Yep.
So Karu, you've come into this this sort of fishman creature. You come in slash and said to him, "You're not doing a great job." And as he's sort of trying to fight you back, he's got kind of sort of serrated claws for hands, and in that Elvish language, he replies to you. He says, "Withdrew." And then he's going to sort of his eyes narrow, and shit, I had it written down. I'm so sorry, Katie.
It's alright. Karu's eyes definitely widen at that name.
He says something to you in Elvish, and we both know what that is.
Oh, it's the thing?
It's the thing.
It's okay. Well,
I'm going to need you to roll a wisdom saving throw. But I believe it's with advantage now.
Oh, nice. I have a +1, so woohoo! Oh boy.
13. Let's just see if you beat his. Unfortunately, you do not beat his control over you. What is Karu's reply?
He replies in Elvish as well. Does anybody speak Elvish, I guess, within earshot?
No.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
there you go.
No.
Yeah, I know what he says then.
So,
But you see him, straighten up
Hmm.
and, just... his whole demeanor just suddenly shifts.
and the creature that Karu was just fighting levels a clawed finger at Killian, and utters sort of a single command word in what is clearly some kind of command word in Sea Elvish, and you just see Karu turn to look at Killian.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be his whole turn. Yama.
Cool. That's nonsense. I'm going to double move. Oops, sorry, still on the ruler. I'm just double moving to stand toe to toe with my friend Karu. And that's all of my. I double move together, so that's my whole turn.
Okay.
Why did you say friend with a question mark inflection? Like, I don't
Yeah,
understand.
because who knows? Who
I
knows
am
what's
your
gonna-
friend.
Okay.
He didn't point at you. He pointed to kill you.
Yeah, I'm gonna. That's it.
Alrighty, back to the top of the round. One of the creatures you kind of flew past poorly is going to run up the ramp to try and poke you with. They've got sort of a javelin, and they're a lot more sort of. There's still that kind of fish hybrid kind of looking creature, and have sort of some armor, but obviously a lot of like leathers and whatnot as well. Oh, actually, they have a sword. This is fun.
Kind of hot.
Kind of hot.
Yeah.
All the villains have to be hot.
Mm.
But rolls 9s in trying to hit you. So they come in with sort of this coral sword and lunge at you poorly, but perhaps even without looking, you're able to sort of sidestep out the way deftly. Killian.
All right. Upon old mate pointing at Killian, he's going to be like, "Ooh, don't like that." And I'm going to use my shape changer feat and polymorph into a giant eagle.
Mm-hmm.
I really hoped you were gonna say squid or something.
Same.
Yeah,
Keep it fish themed.
Squid.
Look, I did think about a giant octopus, but the giant eagle is the better option. So I turn into a giant eagle, and I'm going to fly up to like over here, 50 feet up diagonally.
Yep.
Did you do a hypotenuse?
How do I add height to myself?
Uh-oh, Niles found the bento emoji.
Oh yay!
That?
It's totally got his
Yep.
action
Yep.
too.
There we go.
50 feet up, you can have
Um,
eagle form. Now, I think I can actually...
Yes, I love the bento emoji.
So you've polymorphed into an eagle, is that right?
yes.
Very cool.
So I keep my. Where is it?
Is it a regular eagle or a giant eagle?
Giant eagle. I've got the stat block for it in my extras tab because I can polymorph now, so I had to add it to my extras tab.
Yeah, no, fair.
But yeah, I have 3 in there that are useful to me. But yeah, I can't attack because I used magic to fly up. Oh, now I can't see anything. It has no vision.
Oh, my apologies. Well, does it have vision enabled? Let's try that.
There we go. Yep. So yeah, I can't attack, so I use my spell.
Cool.
And yeah, I'm just gonna sort of hang out up here and squawk really loudly in the direction of Paulie.
Mm.
Whack.
Paulie just sees a giant fucking bird.
As these anglerfish sort of descend upon Paulie. One kind of emerges out from the water, landing like any good fisherman can, sort of sees the situation, and obviously just aims for Yama.
Yes.
I assume a 16 will not hit, and neither will a 17.
Nope.
Karu, your turn.
Aha!
Oh, it's my turn? Shit. I think Karu looks up at the eagle that is very much out of his reach, looks back at the merfolk, and then kind of just does a quick nod towards Yama.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you see the creature that was talking to you is baring his claws, ready to bear down on Yama, and just yells out, "Food for the deep ones."
Karu just immediately turns sharply and stabs Yama.
Yes, this is so intense.
Or not.
Miss. It glances off his armor, and Yama's like, "What the fuck?"
I stab again.
Oh, 21 to hit.
Oh, that hits. Oh shit. Oh shit.
I don't do much damage. It's okay. Calm down. 10 slashing damage and a 2 fire damage.
What are you talking about? The last time you attacked one of my characters, you almost killed him.
That's true. Yeah.
I turned into an eagle and flew away.
Yeah. Also, you have 10 less feet of movement.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure you're going to run away. It's a Yama thing.
What goes through Yama's head?
It's a Yama.
What goes through Yama's head in that moment?
I think Yama, it's a bit hard because I think Yama and Karu have come quite close. There's so many moments that I remember where they're just chilling and eating tea, and it's just been the two of them somehow. So maybe there's a flicker of a moment where Yama's he's been betrayed so much in the past, so he's oh, these are his people. He this has all been a ploy, and then he's no. We've been all through the Feywilds. We've fought together. We've done everything. We've shed tea. Karu has shown him how to maybe swing from a bar or something like that, and he's just no. This is my friend. Something's going wrong.
I like to think that Karu has slowly been helping Yama get over his fear of heights by making him go up one. We haven't had a ship, so it's been go up a high set of stairs and look down kind of thing.
Yeah, I love that. And when we did have a ship, it was climbing a few rungs on the net ropes and shit like that.
There was a little tally on the mast that was how many rungs on the net did Yama do today, and it's just adding to it. Yeah,
yes.
That's cute.
Yeah, so they're friends, and Yama's this is not who he is. So
excellent. Does Karu what is his expression during this attack, I guess is my other question, Katie.
Completely blank.
Mm-hmm.
Just
I'm imagining a soldier, you said you stood up. I'm imagining really rigid,
like a 1,000-yard stare kind of situation.
Yeah, I feel like Karu is a guitarist in the sense that he wears when he's stabbing, he's doing the guitar face of ooh ah, but in this he's just stone. Nothing's happening.
Okay.
All right.
The lights are on, but no one's home.
Exactly.
One of the merfolk, or the anglerfish folk, sort of clamber up the side of the dock walls here, Paulie, and dirty 20 to hit.
Dirty 20 does hit.
Just for 3 damage as it sort of leaps at you and kind of bites at you.
Son of a bitch.
From your vantage point up in the sky, Killian, you can see another one of these kind of fishmen was kind of skulking about, headed towards your direction, sees you up in the sky, is going to try and make an attack. You're 50 feet up, so I'm going to make this attack with disadvantage because it's kind of out of his regular range. And he completely fails. So you're able to kind of swoop to the side as what seemed to be some kind of poison darts fly past you in the night.
Yeah, rude.
Paulie, you look back, and I mean you're semi-surrounded by a couple of fish folk. Your ship is right there, and a bunch of you see just the lights poking up, the stalks and the lights of these fish that are just gunning to you from under the waves.
Yeah, I'm gonna run for it. I will make an attack on the elf, the sea elf, as I go, just with Talon's Wrath. 29 to hit.
Absolutely.
So that's just the normal damage. So it is 17 damage.
How do you want to do that?
17 damage. Just kind of like slit his throat. Just like stab him in the throat and then just rip the blade out.
Yep. And then there is just one foe next to you now, one fish, I guess, trying to bite at you there.
I'll probably still run. Let him do the. Why can't I? Have I got something selected? Weird. 1 sec. Saying the game is currently paused for me.
Oh, well, it's not. So where do you want to go? I'll just move you there.
Onto the ship. I will attack this merfolk.
As you fly past.
The Murloc. Yeah.
So he'll get an attack of opportunity, but whiff it though as he goes to kind of leap and bite you as you take off into the air and make your way onto the ship.
Great. I'm just gonna. I'm reloading Forge because for some reason that pausing thing is weird. But I'll just do the attack.
You fire back with Shrimpy as you fly away, I assume. But
hit.
What was it to hit?
12 to hit.
12 hits.
Beautiful. 14 damage.
So as it goes to leap at you, you sort of fly out of the way, pistol drawn, fire, and just blow a hole out through the back of its throat. And it slumps to the docks, leaving a slick pile of gore there.
Beautiful. All right, and then I'll end my turn there, and then next turn I'll start getting the ship ready.
The ship that Rofia sold, yes, or is possibly hiding in the bilges. You'll want to do a thorough search, I believe.
He couldn't work out how to get it going.
Yeah, he's been on thousands of ships, just like different models, though. It's a different model.
Yeah. All right, yeah, I'll end my turn there.
All right. Yama, this guy in front of you that seems to be friends with Karu. They seem to have a bit of a chat. Is going to sort of try and rake his claws across your chest. One of them will hit, I believe, with a dirty 20.
Yeah, meets beats.
And it's just 6 slashing damage.
Is that magical?
No. Cool. But it is your turn.
All right. Yama, seemingly surrounded by enemies, he turns to his ally, and he has his katana out, two-handed, and you see this light emanate from the sword. And he's going to cast Protection from Evil and Good on Karu, which is a touch. But basically, you have advantage on any new saving throw against being charmed, frightened, possessed. But I think this only works if it's an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead that cast it.
Mm-hmm.
So, is that relevant here?
Well, I mean, Yama wouldn't know.
Yeah. Well, he's casting it at Karu.
Yeah.
So if Karu gets another save.
Well, I'll say because of that sort of divine energy, I'll let Karu make a save in this moment, and you'll get to add that aura bonus to this saving throw. So it'll be a contest again. The sort of persuasion of this person who's spoken to you, and if you want to make a wisdom save with advantage.
So I was going to ask if Karu could use his Warcast Mage Slayer reaction to stab Yama.
You totally can. I think you totally can.
Can I do that and then do the save, or one or the other?
Yeah, I think because you don't stop the spell from being cast. It's not counter spell.
No, it's just I get to stab.
Yama kind of puts his hand on you, and you take that opportunity to stab him. Under the thing.
22.
Ish. So does that even count if I'm using a charge from the sword? Because I'm
yeah,
not
because
really
you're
using.
still casting a spell though. Yeah.
Okay.
So you take 14 slashing damage and 4 fire damage.
Okay.
And now I will do my wisdom save, and I get a +3 from the
And
aura.
advantage.
Yep.
Come on, Karu.
Add 3 to whatever. Oh, it's just 13.
God
Do you
damn it.
want to see what he rolled?
Yes. What?
He rolled a 1 - 1.
Nice.
What?
So perhaps because he's kind of yelling at you in Elvish, just like, you know, shove this can of tuna into the water, you know, let him drown, and Yama kind of puts his hand out on your shoulder. You take that opportunity to maybe like stab him under the armpit a little bit, or slice him
a lot of it.
a lot of it.
Yeah.
But as you do, and perhaps like because of that, and Yama, I would assume like doesn't withdraw his hand at that. It's still like
Yeah,
no.
I think if anything, Yama uses that just to step closer and like make deeper eye contact with Karu while that's happening. And he's
Aw.
like, "You're better than this. You know who I am."
I think
And,
you see like
yeah.
Kara's face shift back to like actually having an expression, and he's immediately just like, "Why am I stabbing you?"
Please stop.
Yeah, sure.
And Yama, you can see, is looking extremely bloodied.
Mm-hmm. Any other actions from Yama? Any bonus actions or any attempts at movement?
Sorry, that was a level 1 spell that I used, not a charge from the
Oh, okay,
sword.
sure.
But we flavor it that way. So I think that means I can't attack because I did a spell.
Well, the casting time was your action. So unless you have a cantrip, I guess that is a bonus action.
No, that was my literal last spell slot for the day, so lucky I had that. But so that ends my turn.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah.
On there.
Yeah, right.
The ship is a token as well. I really got to remove it from initiative.
I mean, it's kind of cool. It just
It is
takes
kinda
some
cool.
guard.
It was cool.
Giant Eagle Killian, who has walked off,
Right.
flown off.
I was just grabbing a drink. Yeah, I'm flying around.
Yeah.
While you're flying back, I'm also going to grab a drink.
All right. Well, he's flown back, and I guess I better do something as this giant eagle instead of just sitting here and going at Paulie. And to get back. All right, sweet. Well, I'm going to swoop down at the guy that pointed at me, that I believe to be controlling our dear friend Squid Boy. So I'm going to swoop down, and I am going to make 2 attacks on him. One of which is my beak attack. 17 to hit.
17 does not hit. He glances off his scale mail armor.
And he'll make a second attack. That's not going to hit either. 8 to hit.
Unlucky. So,
Um,
do you have
and
anything
I
that
will-
prevents opportunity attacks?
I do not.
Okay. He's going to try and, with his reaction, he will reach up and try and claw at you.
Mm-hmm.
14 to hit.
It hits.
At 7 damage.
Okay.
Alright, so you're kind of swooping about this giant eagle, trying to pick up fish from the bay kind of thing. The perfect predator-prey relationship. Just still getting the hang of this form, though, perhaps.
Yeah. He's thinking to himself, maybe I should have picked something bigger.
Yeah.
And I'll just swoop over the other side and just sort of hover in place over the other side.
Alright. Now this guy's going to jump into the water, dive through like a fisherman karate ninja, and whoosh, splash up on the other side behind you, Karu and Yama, preventing any further retreat. This guy doesn't seem to do very well on solid ground. But perhaps not knowing that Karu is no longer on their side, they're going to keep attacking Yama. First attack would be a crit, but Yama cannot be critable. Is not critable.
Whoa.
So it's just 8 piercing damage, as one of the attacks comes in really strong, but one of them you're easily able to. You get the sword back in hand and parry it out of the way.
And that was non-magical, that one.
Correct.
The sword. Cool.
Karu. And then we'll have Paulie after the poisoner.
I think Karu's gonna resume attacking the guy that commanded him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think he's just gonna, like, pull his sword out of Yama's side, say, sorry, can we talk about this after? And then just goes, you! And I'm gonna stab at the guy.
Yep.
I love that.
That's my move. Stab.
Let's table this conversation.
Yeah. 18.
18 hits.
Sick. I also would like to use a charge on the hunter's coat, which I've never done before. So I'll roll my damage. But basically it's like on a hit. When you hit a creature with an attack and the creature doesn't have all its hit points, you can expend a charge to deal an extra 1d10 necrotic damage. So I'm going to do that after I do all of this. Just because.
Yeah.
For some reason, fuck this guy. Kara doesn't know, but for some reason, fuck this one guy in particular. 13 slashing damage, 5 fire damage, and then 10. 3 necrotic damage.
How do you want to do this?
Woohoo!
I think Karu just fucking cuts his head off.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean to. That wasn't an intention. I think Karu was actually sort of just aiming to slash like across the chest, but he just goes a bit too high and just.
Well, I think you cut in, and it's probably like maybe not enough, but then like that extra necrosis starts seeping through and just weakens the joint of the neck.
Yeah.
And it falls thunk onto the flagstones of the dock. Or onto the groin, I guess. Timmy, you know sailing terms. Would this be a groin?
I mean, kind of, maybe?
Kind of. It's a stone outcropping. Anyway. And he falls to the ground. Karu, you hear, almost in stereo, a voice in Elvish. The audio coming from, like, right next to you, but also from the head at your feet. Say again. Who did you see? Did I hear that correctly?
I think Karu kind of like maybe like absentmindedly like touches his earring, one of his earrings, and then he just kind of like scooches the head so that it's like between his legs, like almost like to protect it. And then he turns to the merfolk that's in front of him and stabs him.
Yep.
With my second attack. 23.
23 definitely hits.
Yay. 15 slashing damage. That's like my favorite number apparently for slashing damage. And 2 fire damage.
So the merfolk looks at you, shock and surprise on their face, plain that you've turned against this their friend. And you see them like go to say something to you, but the swords lances out and just straight into the throat, and they clutch it and sort of fall off into the water.
Cool. Yeah, and I just grasp the head between my feet, and that's my turn.
You look around and you've all lost sight of that other figure who is kind of skulking about on the shoreline there. Paulie.
Alrighty. I'm just going to basically spend my turn getting the ship ready.
Yep. And I think you're competent at that. You're throwing ropes off, letting down sails and so on. There's sort of a northerly wind coming in. It's not ideal, but as this is kind of like north on this map, it's probably to the south. It's probably to the downness. So you'll be heading into the wind, though with a small ship like this, probably not a huge concern.
Yep. And just yelled at the guys. I'm like, come on, let's go!
But those fish folk waddling about, they don't seem to be as fast on land. But they kind of waddle towards you. Yama.
It's going to take me like 3 rounds to get to the ship, so I'm going to get started.
Clang, 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 clang.
Yeah, literally. I can get to that dead body there. And that's my turn.
Your movement was reduced by 10 because I stabbed you.
That's right, thank you. So that means I'm actually back here. So thanks for that, Karu.
You're welcome.
I feel like I can see it so visually because you've like stabbed him in the armpit and he's bleeding so heavily. He's already got like a bung knee, and maybe it's like the opposite knee from his arm, and he's really like waddling the same as these fish people.
With enough hail,
Whoops.
maybe they can be
Just don't
inured
laugh,
against the
okay, while he
horrors
runs.
below.
He's doing his best. That's my turn.
Excellent. So waddling along there, trying to make your way to the ship, perhaps leaving not a lot of blood, just like the occasional drop of blood on the on the pier there. As poorly creatures start, climbing up the sides of the ship as you're running back and forth, trying to make make the ship go fast. Is I think the professional nautical term. But even so, they're too slow for you. These fish folk. They climb up aboard. You see them. They try and claw at you, but you're easily able to get out of the way. You know this, despite only being on the ship for maybe a week or two, you know your way around this way better than they do.
Yep.
And we've got Killian up in the sky. It's a bird.
The bird.
The
I'm just
bird?
gonna fly 80 feet towards the.
Oh, we got a cheeky little raid happening too.
Can you pick me up on the
Thanks,
way?
Mario. I hope you had a really good sesh, mate.
I was gonna. Can I swoop down? I want to pick up Karu
Yeah.
and bring Karu further ahead to like here.
55 feet of movement. Like, I can make it.
Yeah, but you got a guy on you. I can get you away from that guy. Like, I'm just trying to make sure everyone gets. All right, I'll pick up.
I appreciate it. But like, look at the big golden boy.
Yeah, I'll make a straight.
Just
All
doing
right,
his
I'll
best.
try to pick up the big golden boy.
Can you? Is it like going to be like a strength check? Are you actually large?
Oh yeah, I'm huge.
Well, he is bigger than
Okay.
you.
Yeah. It'll be fine.
So I think let's do an athletics check here to see. Obviously, you have like an 80 feet of movement flying.
Yeah.
So we'll say if you can get above I'm trying to think.
'Cause I think I'm like over 400 pounds.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yama.
So
Beast.
it's gonna be tough. We'll say
It's all muscle. It's all muscle.
if you get up. Oh, I guess you're
It's
not
an
changing it. It's an 8. Yeah, it doesn't help. I was gonna say if you get above a 15, half your remaining speed. If you get above a 20, the full remaining speed. But an 8, you
I
kind
just
of
crash into Yama.
You get,
yeah, like you're now wearing a giant eagle backpack, and Killian, you don't even maybe the extra weight you don't even notice, right?
Would you say that I take damage from crashing into Yama?
No, not with an 8. I think we're okay.
Damn. That's the only way I can get out of this form.
All right. I love that, and I love even more that you're stuck in this way now. As we go.
Can you
I'll,
try
like-
again next time? It's
I'll
fun.
like fly at Yama and go to pick Yama up, and then like crash into Yama, and then just sort of like end up on the ground, like by the wall. I can't because there's oh there we go. I can do it that way. I'll just like end up on the ground, like half in the water.
Yeah.
Like here. So yeah, and then I just look back at Yama, and like. I can.
And Yama's just like, thanks for trying, buddy.
Like nobody
Sorry.
understands giant eagle. I understand what Yama's saying.
If only met Gandalf, I bet he understands Giant Eagle.
Yeah, true.
If it's like accented Ara Cochrane, I can probably do it too. Let's be honest here.
Oh yeah, it's like those weird cousins you have, you know, like.
Yeah, it's really slow and regal.
More of the Anglo.
I'm just imagining like a southern accent instead. You know, like it's like Ara Cochrane, but just like really like Southern American.
No, it's more like English Ara Cochrane, like really posh because he's an eagle.
Yeah, I'm just imagining him standing there like, car.
I say a car.
All right, southern it is.
I say a car. You're like,
Well, I say.
I'll say.
I resemble
Well,
that
oh, well.
remark.
Perfect.
More fishermen move to block your passage, Karu, but you have a somewhat straight shot to the ship.
I sure do. Sorry, I shouldn't have eaten.
Watch this.
I can do the full 110. So move and then action to dash.
Mhm.
I can get right onto the ship. I've got the wrong tool. 110. I think Yama and Killian just see Karu just like sprint past them, and then leap off the edge of the pier to land on the ship.
The fishman tries to stab you as you do that, but you are too fast, way too fast for him, and just
Gotta go
sprint past.
fast. Look like
Paulie,
Sonic.
You're on the ship dealing with these two kind of anglerfish boys, and then just all of a sudden there's a wet squish as the barefooted Karu kind of leaps aboard the deck of the ship.
It's accurate, but it's not very dramatic sounding.
Wish.
Superhero landing. Is you do a superhero landing?
It's like the tentacle sucker sound up.
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent.
That's all I can do.
All right. Paulie.
All right. At this point, the ship's pretty much ready to go, right?
Yeah, I think it's maybe even, a bit of a push off the dock, and it's starting to inch away. Tide isn't your best friend at the moment, so it's perhaps a little slow going. The tide's not ripping you out into the bay.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, the ship is definitely moving. For cinematic sake, we hope that Yama can make the leap.
Yes. That's kind of what I'm worried about at this point too. Like, and there are some of the creatures on the ship, right?
Correct.
I'll attack one of the creatures for now, just to try to get the ship clear. For now, and then kind of see where we are at after that. Where are we? Okay, 27 to hit.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
And you've got Karu standing there with you, sneak attack style.
Okay, beautiful.
Not that I think you'll need it.
33 damage.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's more than 11, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah. Just a tad. And then I guess I'll just shoot the other one with my good old shrimpy.
Yep.
Oh, should I show stream my tattoo as well?
Oh yeah, you got it. All right, let me.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, we got full polycan.
I got a polytat.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, it looks so good on stream.
Yeah, oh, does it?
Yeah.
That's great. All right, Shrimpy boy. Hey there, Shrimpy boy. 12v12, 12, 12, 12v12.
12 hits though.
Fuck yeah.
These guys are just fish. They're not.
Yep, fair.
In fact, the way you've just dealt with them with Shrimpy, they are now just food.
Oh, food.
Just fish guts spill all over your borrowed ship.
Delicacy. It's an Ara Cochrane delicacy, that.
What was the thing? Did I send to you? I put it in the group. It was like, do you think birds really have to spit food into each other's mouths, or do you think they just like it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
they
remember
definitely
that.
like it.
Gross.
Don't threaten to like a parrot with a good time, okay?
And what is Paulie's? So was Paulie able to kind of catch what happened with Karu, or was he too kind of focused on the fight and focused on the ship? Sort of like
I was definitely too focused, I think. Yeah, Paulie would have been like, getting the ship undone, and he was so far away from whatever happened, probably nothing for it.
Hey Dan, can I do it? Can I retro that I picked up the head?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cool.
I thought you were planning to do something with it, so yeah.
Yeah, I just realized. Well, Paulie, Karu not only lands next to you on the ship out of nowhere, but he has a head in his hand.
Oh, head! Is that for dinner?
Maybe? I don't know. It was talking in a weird voice before.
Can we eat sentient heads? Like, is that a bad thing? Does that make us bad people?
Paulie,
We'll need
Guys.
to ask Yama actually about that one. She's the morality police.
Yeah, let's not eat the head.
Sorry.
Let's not eat the head until Yama says it's okay to.
Yep, you're right. Yeah, he's always good at this kind of stuff.
Paulie, your natural innate treasure-seeking eyes
Within a fail,
notice that this
maybe they
head
can be
has a
inured
very
against the horrors
nice-looking earring, sort of like a little pearl earring, on one ear.
Ooh.
And it looks very similar to one you've seen before.
Can I have an earring? Very blunt about it.
Kara's like, can we wait until everyone's on the ship first?
Okay, can we, but one shiny thing. The ship's going to be fine for now, but just give me the shiny.
No, I mean, like, I know
I'm
the
not
ship's
going to
be
focus
fine.
on anything else until I get that earring in my hands. I just want to preface that.
Kara doesn't care. Kara's like, I think we should wait until Yama and Killian are on the ship. Then we can discuss whether you can have this thing that is rightfully mine because I killed the guy.
You're not using it, are you?
You don't know that?
Well, then put it on. Put on the earring.
Preoccupied with the fight, Paulie.
Oh, look, everything's dead around us.
Paulie,
Ship's
look
ready to
behind
go.
you.
We're just waiting for the clanky boy and I think an eagle.
Kara's is like, no,
as you're
he's dead. Look behind you. And then
as you're having this argument, like a fish man leaps up onto the ship,
Right.
and tries to bite Paulie, but fails. Like, even though you guys are caught in the middle of this argument, like
I like
ultra
to think
instinct, step out of the way.
I like to think Paulie's still just focused on the earring because it's a shiny. I'm sorry, but this is literally you dangled a shiny in front of me.
So as the anglerfish being leaps to where you were, Paulie, you step forward out of that position to try and grab the head from Karu.
Yes.
And the fishman slams onto the deck and slides past you.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, sweet. All right, perfect. Yeah, well, anyway, that's my whole turn. Anyway, I can't do much else other than that. So
Yeah. All right, Yama.
Your speed's no longer reduced.
Oh, thank God. I was going to say, I'm just not going to make it.
No, I think it's just till your next turn, so you're good.
Okay, well, I can make it 60 feet, which is actually just short of the boat.
Can we say that when I crashed into Yama got one step forward?
Sure. Yeah.
Dan's like, fuck it, why not?
Well, I actually still can't make it even with... Wait, how do I even...
I think we can transition this here with this kind of flying jump at the last minute, the ship moving across, Yama with a giant eagle over his shoulder, swooping along to keep pace. Yama, you kind of run and with the last ounce of strength, like leap onto the back of the ship as it sails out of the harbor.
I fly under Yama. Yama steps on my head.
I rolled a natty 19 on my athletics check, so
Oh,
it's with bloody style.
I was gonna say maybe we can say like Paulie like throws a rope out like with sleight of hand, for them to to get on.
Well, yeah, you
as
throw the rope
ship
out.
is like setting off. Yeah.
Yama misses that entirely and just leaps, and just you hear the crunch and squelch of his armored pauldron boots just land on that fish creature, burying him into the deck, and kind of guts go through the scuppers either side, and you're out in the bay.
And
Hell
he puts his hand up while he's like face first on this guts, and he's like, "Made it."
To taking advantage of that distraction of a golden hobgoblin fucking landing in between the two, Karu runs to the front of the ship, takes the earring off the head.
Paulie, does Paulie see that?
I don't know.
Sure. Do you want to do a contest?
Fucking hell, I do.
Sleight of hand
Yeah.
versus perception.
Do I see
Can
what's
I
going
be
on?
Distraction.
Yeah, I'm just like watching what's happening because I'm like sitting up in the top.
24.
I want to make a
I'm
wisdom
fucked.
check as well.
Yep.
Oh, I got a nat 20.
So did
Yes.
Still a 22 though.
Still
I.
higher.
Still. I'm just sitting there like, well, I see.
Actually, how does that work with nat 20 and then fucking, but I guess
So-
it's still high though, isn't it?
Technically, rules as written, crits don't actually matter in skill checks,
Yeah.
but they are so much more interesting when they do. So I certainly let crits run as the win. But I think, Paulie, you definitely noticed something, but maybe you don't know exactly what you noticed.
Maybe I noticed the earring off the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, Karu turns around with the head still in his hand, and
I just don't know
it's,
where it is.
Yeah.
missing the shining.
Paulie starts looking around on the deck of the ship, trying to find it.
Yeah, done. And then he's dumb enough to think it might have just fallen off. That works perfectly. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. But I think with a crit from the Killian Eagle, you definitely saw Karu turn around, crit for crit. I think you saw what happened, or you have a pretty good idea.
I'm just squawking up there. No one knows what I'm saying.
Do you want to know what it is that Karu does to hide the earring?
Yeah.
So I imagine that his ears are actually stretched, like his lobe piercings are actually sort of stretched. I think he literally just puts it next to the other earring that looks exactly like it.
Mm-hmm. One more, and
And he
you're like
just-
Zorro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where he hides it. He just hides it next to the other one.
Love that. All right. Your ship heads out into the sort of wider ocean off the coast of Merrowbottom. You can see, especially if you zoom out, you can see the Anglerfish's searchlight kind of moving around, perhaps hunting. And you see it has zoned in on Matthias Creel's sloop. And tentacles kind of burst forth and start trying to batter in and sort of assault that ship. Are we ready for ship combat?
Yes.
I'm ready.
My body is ready.
All right. So for everyone playing at home and everyone playing at the table, this is a little bit different. We're using Limithron's ship combat rules. The ship has to move at least one square or one hex, I guess, each turn, unless it is in irons directly into the wind. You can see the wind is heading from north to south currently. You can turn once before you move, and then once again at any other point during your movement. I believe this ship has 300 feet of movement as a general rule. If it wasn't a sloop, it would be slowed if it was going if it was like tacking into the wind, but because it's a sloop, we don't have to worry about that. The captain gets sort of 2 actions he can do each round. Everyone else gets kind of 1 action that they can do. And there are, if you double click the ship, I believe it should bring up a number of different kind of actions the ship can do. So depending on where you are in the ship, you can be on the anchor, be on the ballistae, be on the sails, things like that. But we'll kind of get stuck into it.
Okay, so do you want me to roll initiative for this shit?
Yes, please.
I just want to point out that I am currently useless because I am an eagle.
How long does...
Can you
punches you in the face?
Yeah, I was like, can you communicate to us at all? Because if you
I can
tell us
just
you need to be hurt, we will
squawk.
bonk you.
Yeah, I can just squawk.
Do you think what do you think he's trying to tell us, Yama?
Well, I say.
That we should that we should sail into the wind. That's definitely what he's saying.
Yeah. It sounds more like, hey, hit me.
I think that's just what you always
I
think
start like
that
puffing up
Killian's
and flapping my
saying.
wings, just like,
Paulie aims the pistol shrimp at the eagle.
oh dear God.
The pistol shrimp.
Just gonna smack him with a tentacle. What are you doing?
You know, that's the thing. I want someone to do it before me. It's like, oh.
Yeah, I think you should do it, Karu. And Yama looks at his like armored fist.
Yeah, I think at the like flapping, I think Kara's just like, stop that, and he does whack you.
Alright, you're gonna have to roll for an attack. Because I
Okay.
do have hit points.
I think if you're not trying to avoid it, the attack just hits, so you'll just have to roll for damage.
Alright.
We rolled a 2 for the initiative too. Jesus Christ.
Yep, 4 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. I'll flap my wings again.
Alright, well, we'll see what happens next round, because the ship's getting into danger.
Yep.
Captain, where do you want us to be? Where do you want us stationed?
I want us to go. None of you are really strong with ballistae, are you? Who likes the idea of throwing massive bolts at enemies? Eagle, it's your turn. You're on the ballistae. Don't you dare change. I'm certain you can figure it out with those dexterous claws of yours. I'm serious. You volunteered yourself for it. Okay. Then let's get. I need someone on sails.
I'll do that.
Perfect. Yeah, that's the perfect job for you.
Yep. I wanted to. I was just asking.
Yama, where do you want to be? Maybe you can be our repairman if things get broken.
I was gonna say put me on repairs.
Perfect. Let's get you on repairs.
Excellent. All right. Well, first up, we've got the Matthias Creel ship. And you see it kind of firing at the... you see it's kind of turning to try to avoid these tendrils. These tentacles that have burst out of the water at it. And it has to end up sailing past one and takes a little bit of a beating here. And you see the sort of an exchange of attacks from each of these creatures, but rather ineffectively.
Cool. I think we should probably. So you said we can do 300 feet. So let's do that. Mm-hmm. Let's move 300 feet just in a straight direction for where the ship is pointed for now. I still can't move the fucking thing.
Could anyone else? Oh wait, maybe because I haven't.
Yeah, can't I go?
Try it now.
Yeah, sweet. Okay, 1 second. I'll just get it right then. If someone else wants to even steer the ship, that's fine as well. I'm happy with that. Boom.
Is that like another roll though? Like another
I think I've just moved
crew roll?
Oh wait, no, I did. Sorry, 1 second. I've just moved the ship. I'm just getting the things right. Okay, sweet. Do we want to move the ship at all as well for this turn? Should we go just straight west for now?
What is our aim? Just to get away?
No, I think we're going to take this fucking massive fish down.
Well, it's headed for the boat that's north of us, so maybe we should be heading up north.
We just like scooch around the light.
Yeah, let's do that. I think that's a good idea. All right, perfect.
Cool. So in this firing position, you can see sort of broadside. You can take shots, though it is sort of 900 feet away currently. So any kind of ballistae shots can occur from here if you wanted to perhaps aim at the tendrils.
Maybe we'll aim at the jellyfish in front of us just here.
Sure.
Yeah, so I'll scream at the eagle, and say, "Fire at that jellyfish!"
I'm gonna fire. Didn't do anything.
You gotta roll that attack.
Okay. Attack.
Damn eagle wings! Oh my
That's
god.
a nat 1.
Oh, damn eagle wings.
Eagle wings.
Killian just like, oh, drat.
Oh, I see. I can't believe that happened.
The ballista jams like as the eagle with your eagle talons. You try and load it, and you just hear like a thunk. The safety's on.
Oh, good heavens.
Yeah, you gotta flick that little switch down there, like there. You can't actually fire that way,
I
mate.
give it a peck at the safety.
This is so fun.
so ridiculous.
Now, Karu, you obviously have a very high swim speed.
Yes.
What is that normally?
Isn't it the same as my walking speed?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure. So it's 55 feet.
Okay. So yeah, you maybe don't want to do it now, but each hex here is 50 feet. So we could say that, in theory, you have the ability to swim pretty capably, like slowly, of course, unless you kind of dash. But there's certainly potential if you ever want to jump in the water.
Yeah, cool. Sick.
Me too, though, right?
Uh-huh.
Are you wearing your armor?
Take some of your armor off.
Obviously.
All right. We'll go back up to the top of the round. The Sloopy boy.
Sloopy poopy.
Sails out of the light, and you see that the light goes back to kind of searching in directions, trying to look for Matthias' ship. And you see it launch an attack, some kind of cannon perhaps shot over at the anglerfish, and hitting.
Son of a bitch. Yes, well put there, Eagle. Well put. Boy doesn't actually understand the eagle, but he's not going to be, not
Yeah, the eagle just
not
like-
understanding a bird.
Just like straightens up his feathers. Like he's like, yeah, right.
Could we have taken a turn to hit the eagle again?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, roll damage. I like hop my way over to Yama this time.
You know what I'm imagining? I don't know why, but you know that movie Office Space when they're attacking the printer? I'm just imagining all three of us just wailing on the fucking eagle, you know, that same kind of slow-mo style.
7
That's
damage.
7 damage. Okay, I'll take the 7. I start making my way back to the balliste.
Oh my god, you're
As
still
an
on
eagle.
that. Oh my god.
A couple of feathers left on the deck. You see the searchlight of the anglerfish kind of sweep back and forth, and then settle once again on Matthias' ship. And the tendrils kind of move closer, and so does the fish.
Do we want to go full sail, Captain? Move
Yeah,
extra
I
space.
think that's a very good idea.
Obviously, it's somewhat dark out here, you know, with the storms and so on. The anglerfish itself is projecting a lot of light. You have some lanterns around the ship, so obviously you can see around the ship in general. You can kind of make out in the dark in the waves what looks to be shadowy figures beneath the waves. So I will tell you now from a meta level, some of these hexes have enemies in them.
Oh, nice. Well, we won't know until we run into them.
Until they start climbing up your hull.
Hell yeah.
So I think the full sail is like an action we can do, and I'm like in the rigging, so it gives us an extra space. But I don't quite understand what's the skill check.
It'll take us time anyway to learn it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you need to make a skill check for that.
It's
I'm actually gonna move us back to this way, the way we kind of were going before.
It says roll to go full sail using the ship's skill and then add their sailing dice to the result.
I can't
Our
see. I can't
sailing
see.
dice
Sure.
was just a 1d4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I've got
roll a
full sail
1d20
here.
plus 1d4, and
What was
Oh,
it,
there we
sorry? Oh, there, cool. Saving throw.
I guess that's it. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, fine. I'm not going to roll my
Nice.
sailing die.
So
19.
Paulie's calling out for full sail. Karu, you're already up there in the rigging, sliding down ropes and pulling out
It's
open
the
sails.
it's the
and
two tentacles on two ropes and just like using my body weight basically to just.
You land beside Killian, who's in his eagle form, still trying to load the ballista again.
I slap him with the edge of the rope, hoping that'll do it.
Sure,
I
roll,
It
can't
doesn't.
seem to move the shit. Actually, no,
roll
I think,
some more
I think I
damage
know
on
why.
Killian.
Oh, how much? Sorry.
Roll
There we
roll
go.
some damage, whatever your tentacle attack normally is.
Yeah, right. Cool.
We'll get him there eventually, right, Dylan?
Pretty much.
Five bludgeoning damage.
So we can move
Oh,
again, essentially. It's
very
like doing a bonus
phased.
action, correct?
Just one
Sorry.
extra space.
We can use we can move an extra space. That's what
Cool.
full sail can do.
Mhm.
I've learnt my skill.
Beautiful.
So we
We
need
are
it.
500 feet from the giant anglerfish. Do we want to attack? We still have one more movement. One more attack, right? One more action point.
It
I'll give the
uses two
ballista
action
another go.
points.
Ah, it does. Don't worry. All
Full
good then.
sail uses two. Yeah, sorry.
No worries.
You are out of range of the ballista currently. It
400
has
feet.
Yeah, it has a 400 feet max range, so that'll be at disadvantage.
Sure.
And to do it normally, it's sort of 200 feet,
All good.
I think. I could be wrong.
No worries. How do we get more action points? Is that just more crew members?
Well, no, so
Better shit.
Paulie has 2 action points that he can distribute to actions. Everyone else has their own action point as well.
Oh.
Oh,
so you
okay.
would have an extra if I did my turn. If my you know what I'm trying to say, right?
So you
we
can
go-
add yours onto it. So if we had one more person add their action onto it, we can move another square.
I
Okay,
think because
understand.
Karu's dedicated to that, it's just Karu handles that.
Yeah.
It's if the captain was to order like the crew, the NPC crew, it would cost 2 crew actions.
I understand.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool.
And
So
I
does
I
it-
think
I like
normally
these rules, to be honest. These are cool.
it's a bit weird. It's a little bit more complicated than what we did last time, but I
Sick.
think
So
we'll get there.
Does that mean that we have another action
Yeah.
because I just did my job?
Yeah, you just did your job. So
Okay.
Killian still has an action. Yama still has an action.
Very cool.
Oh, so can I fire?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That
fire
is-
at that jellyfish.
Okay.
Eagle.
Oh no.
7 to hit.
Roll a d6 as well. I think because you meant to. Oh, sorry, a d4 because you meant to
D4.
add your like ship management skill. Still not enough. The ballista kind of goes wide, and you just see it go poof into the, letting off a bit of sea spray next to the just the jellyfish that's just floating there doing nothing.
I really like these rules. These rules are fun.
They're cool.
Yeah, it's
They're
super
really cool.
All right, Matthias. Oh, sorry, Yama. Were you doing anything in particular?
No, he's waiting for damage.
Oh, we can even add like cargo and shit too. That's sick.
Matthias
this.
not loving
Sorry.
the position he's in, and you see he's kind of stuck in irons. He's going to have to attack to move here, and he's going to let fly onto the anglerfish. Okay.
Ooh,
Looks like a pretty good hit, but he's directly in the path of this kind of beam of light, the anglerfish bearing down on him. You see more tentacles erupt from the surf and kind of start tearing into this ship. Sorry, Kate, you were saying?
Oh, would you let me use divine sense to suss if there's anything in the spaces we're about to move into, or it's only a 60-foot range though. Is it just too close?
No, I'd allow it. You kind of maybe extend your senses out. How long does it last?
It is as an action. I can detect good or evil until the end of my next turn.
Okay, so this could be like a radar ping, and I'll let you. We'll do it out to wherever you can move to, right? Like you kind of you kind of hunker down on the deck, close your eyes, and perhaps smell the sea air and kind of radar ping out. But you'll have to decide when you want to do that, right?
Yeah, well, I'll do it this turn before we move. I can only do it 4 times per long rest.
Sure.
So
I love this.
It lets me detect the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet that's not behind total cover. So I guess if they're like under the water.
Yeah, so I'll say that you don't perhaps know exactly what you're detecting, but you definitely detect that there is something here.
Ooh, okay.
And here.
Mm-hmm.
And here's kind of on the edge. Cool.
Oh yeah, so Yama just basically is like, you can see him chilling on the prow of the boat, and he's maybe like directing the captain. Oh, thank you. I was trying to find a pen tool. Awesome. Yeah, so he's just calling out to the captain like, enemies over here, here. Yeah.
Sure.
Hell yeah.
So like a submarine or destroyer ping. Yama's able to call out sort of monstrous aberrations that are lurking in the waves. What's everyone else doing?
Happily do the sail thing again
Mhm.
to get an extra
Yeah.
movement.
I think that's a very good idea. I want I'm gonna move because I can move us one bit, can't I? Each turn, right?
You can rotate once at the start of your movement,
1 second. That way.
and then you can, if you want to, rotate again at another point in your movement after you've moved at least
Oh,
once.
so only at the start of my movement though.
You can rotate twice. One can be at the start of your movement. The other one has to be after you've moved at least once.
Yeah,
So
I don't
you
want to
can't-
move.
You can't do a
just
you can't do a
yet.
180.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I was like,
Sharky boy!
Thing.
All right.
That's it. That's it for me, at least. Just the movement for now, but I will get the eagle to attack the shark.
I'm going to just squawk at Paulie and flap my wings. Like,
Yeah, I get it. It's a very big shark, but you can do this. I believe in you.
Can I, like, bash my head into the floor and try and give myself damage?
Sure.
Alright, what
is
do
your
I
normal-
roll for that?
Just give us your talon damage.
Just
or
shoot
whatever
yourself
it
with
is.
a ballista.
Holes
What a
through
waste of
myself?
a turn.
Oh, I can actually just use my... Oh, yeah, I'm going to use talons, actually.
Go full Kurt Cobain with a ballista.
13 damage. Alright. I'm no longer a giant eagle.
Now, any rollover damage, I think, does affect you.
Yeah, that's fine.
The eagle sort of tries to claw its own eyes out, and then you just see Killian there, kneeling on the next to the ballistae on the broadside of the ship.
Oh, finally. I thought you
Feathers
guys were
lifting the
stronger.
deck. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like Karu like down from like where he's hanging on the ropes because I think he's just like hanging in between them, and whenever he has to do full sails, he just kind of like pulls down, and he's just like, "Yeah, what were you trying to tell us before, Killian, with the flapping? What was going
I'm
on?"
saying beat the shit out of me.
Oh man, we gotta come up with like some sort of like
Oh, if
sign
I ever
language.
do this, no matter what form I'm in, this means hit me.
I do
You
forget
did
that
just do
Daddy
it.
likes to get beaten, you know.
Noted.
All right, so now I'm gonna fire the ballister at Sharky Boy.
I think this would be the small arms if you have to kind of get to the front of the ship.
The
Maybe
front, yeah.
smaller, like almost like crossbows on
Wait,
swivels.
how far away is he?
Very close. He's
like
100 feet.
100 feet. All right. Well, I mean, I could just... I'll use the small arms. Also, looking around the ship, how big is this ship? Like, do you reckon it could support a King Kong?
No.
No.
Small arms did not roll for attack.
I think you just roll a d20 plus d4 and your dexterity modifier.
Plus 1d4
Oh, for you.
plus
There you go, I rolled.
2.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh,
No, it popped up at the bottom. And it was 8.
8
Yeah,
is
take
not
your
enough.
one,
This shark, perhaps because it's not as big as like a vessel itself, and it's streaming through the water. The shots kind of go wild as you get on the swivel crossbows on the front of the ship and start firing into the water, but no luck, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, that sucks.
In fact, you see that it has some kind of like protective shell, almost like its skin is some kind of protective shell.
Killian's just gonna look back and be like, I'm not very good at this, but I could turn into something that can swim.
You want to swap roles or something? This is pretty easy.
I mean, I'll stay where I'm at for now. If I'm gonna jump off and go and try and eat something, I'll let you know. You'll see, don't worry.
You're a weird one, Killian. I like it.
All right. Do you want to give me another full sail check?
I did it up here. I got a 16.
Oh yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
it's
DC 12.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, so we
I
just...
can't move one spot ahead.
You can.
Can you turn and move? Can't you
Not my
move
turn.
twice?
Not in my turn.
Oh, right, sorry, yeah, I haven't selected you. Oh, that's right, it's the enemy's turn. So the enemies are going to batter onto Matthias's ship. Oh, that's not nice for him. You can see, because it's just like lit up by this yellowy, sickly spotlight, that the sloop is kind of getting battered about by these tentacles. They're kind of wrapping around it. And you can see, parts of one of the masts is coming off. You can see some canvas falling, etc. And what looks to be, tiny figures climbing up the sides, almost like ants climbing up a dessert. Just little figures climbing up the side of their ship. By the same token, the shark is going to try and ram into your ship and bite it.
Now dead.
What is your ship's armor class?
Well,
Ugh.
Okay.
Oh boy.
it's not great.
I might have something to do soon.
Your ship takes 3 damage.
No!
Oh no,
not-
you don't have a lot of health.
It's sunk already. I decided.
It's sunk already. Drop anchor. Bail out. Killian, wings on. Abandon ship.
I'll turn into something better than that. Don't you worry.
All right.
All right, Sloopy Boy's turn.
Can-
The
Can I do my
Let's come about this time.
Can I do my divine sense just before you do the movement so that we don't crash into any enemies?
Yeah,
all right,
absolutely.
you ping out again. Yama, there is something here. Let's show up there. And you sent something out there too, and kind of on the edge of it there.
I've got a plan.
Okay. As long as
Alright.
you saw where danger
I didn't see where they are, but that's fine.
I'm holding
Because it's all
my...
dark for me. I didn't see that shark either. I'm going to come about and give us 2 movements. So what I want us to do is turn this way to that way, if you guys are cool with that. And then I'll make our movement to here. And then I want you all to attack. Shit!
Dude, I have one thing to do, and I found the enemy and told you.
I can't see them.
Yeah,
I
no,
just-
we can't see them. They're covered.
But
They're
you
all
don't
covered.
have to move the ship all at once, right?
Hmm?
So as you're moving, Yelma's like pointing out, like, don't go this way, go that way, or something like that.
Sure. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, I'm happy with even going to there because that still puts us at 400 feet.
Can we shoot?
Yes.
Shoot the tentacle?
Shoot the tentacle or the actual anglerfish. Up to you guys. Whatever you want to shoot.
I don't know, but I think I can like claim. I can use my action to like change positions.
Sure. Yeah.
I think we can just say that that's like a movement free action. You guys are
Alright.
scrambling out. It's a small ship, so.
Yeah, I would like to shoot something at.
Hell yeah. Well, let's get 2 ballistae going because we have 2, right?
So remember, the ballistae can only shoot sideways, and they are better. They do more damage. Front and aft is like small crossbows, I guess.
Ah, fuck. So
Small
they're all front and aft. So someone shoot the shark. Someone do the small arms and hit the tentacle in front of us.
I'm gonna shoot the shark with the ballista. That is what I'm gonna.
Hell yeah.
So I think because the ballista's in the ship, it's using the ship's dexterity, but you can use your dexterity instead of the ship's whatever it's got.
Oh, can I?
I'm just gonna roll. Oh, wow.
And add a d4 as well.
Yeah,
situational bonus.
Yeah.
23 hits.
Oh my god, normal. Ah, 3.
No.
I'll tell you now that ends up being 15 because it's times 5.
Oh,
'Cause
sick.
it's ship
15.
weapons, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That looks like it bloodies the shark.
Man,
Good job.
could you ram the tentacle?
Fuck yeah, we can ram the tentacle.
There's a ram that
That's-
thing, yeah.
It's
Yeah, we'll
all
just fucking ram.
actions, though.
Well, let's just ram the prick. Yeah, who wants to be the rammy boy?
I think that's just the ship.
Yeah.
Roll 1
We're
hit
steering
die
the ship.
plus distance traveled
Versus opponents.
opponents.
So that was 4. So 4d8.
No, it's d8 plus 4.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
1 hit die plus.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's
Alright.
You beat the 2 that the tendril rolled because it
Yeah.
competes
4.
against you for the ram, right? It's coming at you, you're coming at it. When it deals a critical hit. If you just click damage there, what is the...
It was 9. 9, but they said plus 2, so maybe it'd probably be actually 11.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think you just pierce through that tentacle and it kind of wiggles and falls over.
Love it.
Wiggles.
And that means we can do our full amount of movement I wanted to do. Sweet.
Now,
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm just so used to being a swoopy boy and just moving my whole movement in one crack. Sorry. All right. Oh, there's something in front of us too. Okay, cool. All good.
Dylan, you had something?
All right. So a monstrosity isn't a beast, is it?
No.
Okay, that one can go away. That idea is snubbed. But I'm gonna look at everyone and just be like, I feel like I could be more useful sort of out there. And
To be honest, we need all of the crew actions we can right now. We need everyone to do everything. We don't have any other people here. And until then, just wait.
well, I mean, I can't hit anything.
You can. You were just a bit of a dainty eagle, okay? You know, you weren't a parrot Aarakocra like, some of us are. So, you're not guaranteed to smack things out of the sky. But, now you're back to your beautiful self. So just stick with it. I believe in you.
I see nothing in the sky.
That's because I smacked them all out of the sky. Right? Don't question your captain too much, mate. Fucking all right. You've only been on the ship for a little bit. Fucking calm down.
So
I mean, I could just.
Paulie actually like looks irritated. He's like, "Come on now, you gonna fucking go?"
Finally gets to be a captain.
Yeah. He's already getting sass.
So Dylan, if you have like clever ways to use your magic as well, we can certainly allow for that.
I was just gonna jump off the ship and become a sperm whale and just go eat things.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that also works too. I was going to say, like, if you wanted to let off a flare to provide light in an area, or wanted to use the ballista, but use your, use your arcana somehow instead of your, like, use it as a spell attack instead of a dexterity attack.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll that works.
Like, if you describe, like a skills challenge, if you want to get a bit freaky with it, I'm totally open.
I will. I want to imbue
Chat's calling
the
for
power.
fireballs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's really
well,
funny.
I'm-
That's really funny what they said when they said to party. We need help. Killian, fireball.
I mean, I want to save my big fireball. But when we get to the
so
anglerfish,
good.
so for now,
Fuck, it's funny.
I am going to imbue the power of fire bolt into the balustra because it fires bolts.
Sure. Yeah, you're able to kind of. And what are you aiming for in particular?
What is the nearest thing I can aim at?
I feel like
But,
actually you could now aim from the side. Wouldn't the side be the shit? The
Oh yeah, from
big
this
boy?
from this
could
angle,
angle.
I think. Yeah. I
From
think-
this angle, you could absolutely hit the anglerfish.
Do I just cast firebolt?
Yeah, just cast Firebolt. We'll say that you cast Firebolt at this thing.
17 to hit for 10 fire damage.
17 definitely hits with the ballista. You're able to kind of put your hand on the mechanism. You heat up the ballista bolt and help sort of guide it with your magic as you release the firing mechanism. And 10 damage.
Oh yeah, good job.
I look back at Paulie, I'm like, there, I hit something.
Proud of you, mate. Told you.
Cool.
Told you could do it.
Has everyone had a turn this round?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yama, were you doing some kind of... Oh, you already did the ping, didn't you?
Yeah, I did
The
the
divine
ping.
sense.
I just
Which
wanted
has
to do
helped
that
us.
before we move. Yeah.
Now,
just
Paula,
helped
you
us,
still
thank
have 2 crew points.
We don't have any crew though, right?
Oh, that's true. You don't have a crew, so we'll just say no.
Yeah.
I've just kind of been like, yeah. The way I see that, it's just I gotta fucking keep waiting until that happens. Really.
You see, sort of off in the distance, like perhaps through a spyglass, or perhaps just with your eagle eyes, the sort of fighting breaking out on that sloop, and they look a bit trapped in the wind itself. They try and turn into the wind, but can't seem to fill their sails and are somewhat stuck. But they do take out. Oh, let's check. They take out one of the tentacles. The anglerfish, though, starts swimming towards them.
Ooh.
It's coming after you. The shark that you kind of ran past is going to swim after you. But that's probably going to be its whole turn to do so. And is there anything else around you? You see small lights appearing in the water ahead of you. And I think that's it. Back to the crew.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to come about as my crew action again, and I'm going to angle the ship this way. So we then can attack from here and then move. So do you guys want to attack beforehand or after I move?
What do you want us to attack?
I think we just go for the anglerfish right now.
Yeah.
I think. Do you want to click come about? Because I think it does require a charisma check to do.
Sorry, no worries. But am I using my charisma check then?
Yeah. So charisma saving throw, DC 12, but you get to add a D4 because you know sailing.
Sweet, okay. I beat it anyway, 16, so
Cool.
20 in total.
I think it's just so that there's a low chance that you fail to get the crew in order to
Sure,
get them to
yep.
do the maneuver.
Yep. Okay,
Cool.
Yeah, but I'm going to yell at this as I say, it's like, all right, we're going to turn the ship around. But also, guys, by the way, remember, this isn't me leading it to themselves. If you have an idea for where we should go, we're doing it together.
Yeah, I think Karu fires the ballista at the anglerfish when you say that. He's just like, sir, yes, sir. Poof. Can I roll an attack for that?
Absolutely.
Ken? Sweet. Yeah. Oh my god. Roll.
Oh, critical
No.
failure. With
Wah.
the default, with your ship skills and your just ballista skills in general. Describe that to me, Karu. What does that look like?
It blows up in my face.
You go over,
Gunpowder in my face suddenly.
you rush over, seeing that like Killian had superheated his ballista that he was getting ready to fire, and you see him loading perhaps another one. You're like, right, and just smash a lantern onto the ballista bolt.
Yeah. I think the one that was on the other side of the ship when I shot the shark was like ready to go. So all I had to do was do the thing. And this one, I've just assumed it's ready to go, but it required a little bit more preparation. And I was just like, nope, fire.
And you just hear the twang, but it's not seated. The bolt's not seated properly, and it just slides slowly into the water.
Shit. That's me.
Anyone else?
I'm gonna fire another. I'm gonna ready another one, and I'm gonna superheat it again and aim directly at the anglerfish.
Mhm.
Again, and loose another one.
Nice.
28 to hit for 7.
All right, chipping away at this big fish.
Yeah, I was aiming for its light.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that thing.
Do you want to roll with he's taking the damage, but do you want to roll again, but with disadvantage? I want to see if you hit the light or whether you just hit the body.
Yeah.
17,
Your
yes.
sixes?
Double sixes.
So I think that bolt of fire flies through the sky, kind of illuminating in front of you, and strikes into. Remember, this light is still massive. Like it was the head of the lighthouse, effectively. It reels in pain from that. I'm gonna give it a little bit more juice. And it kind of you see it kind of stumble, I guess, in the water, and drop down underwater.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm like, that thing ain't dead.
I think I got its attention.
Uh-huh.
We saved the other guys, though, I think.
Hey, so when things drop underwater, guys, and Kara's saying this, he's like, they tend to pop up again directly beneath you. Just a thought. Be mindful.
Yeah, we get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
If that happens, do you want me to try and eat part of it?
Oh,
I can turn into a whale bigger than our boat.
okay. All right, that makes sense.
So
I mean, if you wanna.
So the boat's probably like 50, maybe 60 feet long. I don't know how long a boat would be, or a sloop. This thing is, as you can kind of see, is sort of like 150, 200 feet across.
45 feet. That's it.
Okay.
Mm.
So
Yeah, I can become a sperm whale that is 70 feet long.
yeah. So you would be big. You wouldn't be bigger than this thing, if to think about scale, but you would certainly be like as big as a ship, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
I'd be a much bigger ship than ours. Well, not much bigger, but yeah.
You
I
could be a
go
Karu delivery mechanism.
Yeah, I could do that, or I could prop up under the ship and speed us along.
I love
Do you
that
have
idea.
more? Do you have more movement than the ship?
60 feet.
It's a fantasy world, sure.
Okay.
It's like the
That's why I
bird
was
trying to lift Yama. It's like the whale trying to just give you a bit of extra juice. Although I think pulling a boat out of the water actually makes it faster up to a point, right? Timmy. But then if it's not in the water, it doesn't have control.
Lightly, yes. Yeah, it could actually then hydroplane a little bit too. So there actually is quite a lot of, yeah, like, because with movement especially, it does need to be in that water to break that front part, and then that wind just pushes it along.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's why I was asking about the monstrosity before, because I could have become a giant tortoise that was 170 feet in size.
Yeah.
And it can just bite things, but it's a monstrosity, not a
Nom nom.
beast.
All right. Who else hasn't had a turn yet? You've fired. Killian's fired. Yeah. Yama.
Could I have like maybe there's another what?
There's a lookout thing that I was just looking at. And it's like it can give the ship 1 AC.
Ooh.
4 initiative is rolled each round. But we don't roll initiative each round.
I've just been kind of just looping it because there's really only 3 of you.
Oh, okay. Any character could spend their action to become the lookout. The lookout rolls initiative for the ship, whatever. And they may add or subtract their sailing die. It's more about the 1 AC thing that I was looking at.
So that'd, I think, be Yama kind of looking out and going, Captain, there's tentacles to the left and right, fore and aft or whatever.
That's pretty good. You can swap between that and repair if you wanted to, Yama.
Yeah, well, I was just gonna ask about the repair. Like, is it
Yes.
worth me doing? Because we're
Fucking it is. We have fuck all health.
Well, we have
took
33, and we've only taken 3 damage.
Yeah.
So that's why
I'm
I
worried
hadn't
about that
bothered
that
yet.
anglerfish though. How much that anglerfish can do.
What does Yama want to do?
Yeah, that's the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's certainly probably another ballista that you can jump on, or the front guns, of course. With you can see tentacles coming up.
Yama is the front guns, just like
Ooh,
this the whole time.
Yeah, maybe I'll just like aim for that tentacle that's like come up in front of us.
Good idea.
How do I do that?
So that'd be a small arms attack.
Yeah, how do I do that?
There you go.
So if you go to the features of the ship, go small arms, attack, and add a D4 in the situational bonus, and then roll that.
Can you see that there? The one I put?
Yeah, I got it.
Beautiful.
13 hits, and roll damage.
Boo.
That is enough for these tendrils, as ship damage
Hell yeah.
is times by 5, so it's 15, which is enough. So you're able to destroy the tendril that's kind of come up in front of you as you were sailing forward. Yama, you're able to point that out, rush to the guns, and fire sort of a volley of these kind of not quite ballista arrows, not quite siege level equipment, but kind of heavy crossbows that are attached to kind of swivel pegs on the deck itself. Good. Paulie, any other crew or any other things from you? You've kind of moved and stuff, haven't you?
I've done everything, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did it come about.
All right. What's his face is going to use this chance to move and then start trying to get away. The anglerfish. Let's flip a coin on who he's most interested in. Actually, do you want to flip a coin, Paulie? Because you're a gambling man. 1 is Matthias, 2 is you. Isn't that fun?
No.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Now, where's he going to pop up? Because if he gets closer, I have big firebolt.
These tendrils are going to move. These tentacles are going to move closer and try and sort of slam into the ship itself. 22 to hit.
Hits.
Just for 1 bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
That shark is still chasing you on your heels, using its full kind of double action there to catch up. And
They're all coming for us.
That's right. And it's your turn.
All right. First thing I'm gonna do is move us straight.
Although you notice as well, like the glowing lights of, it looks like a pack of those kind of anglerfish you fought on the docks. They
Sure.
have not moved closer to you at all.
Oh, 'cause they haven't seen us yet. Yeah, we haven't gone into the light. Alright, I'm gonna move 100 feet. I'm gonna be smart for Yama's sake. Not just move full 300 feet.
So I'm just gonna move you back as you you feel sort of like the ship slow and lurch slightly.
Yeah.
As fishmen start climbing up the side of your ship.
Sons of bitches. So we can't ram into them as we rode past.
No, they're more, you know, if you've seen like Black Panther 2, they've kind of attached
Right.
themselves to the side of your ship and are now starting to climb up the sides.
You know what? I haven't. I love Namor as a character. I really do need to watch that.
So you've done your
Okay.
movement.
One more. I got one more to go.
You cannot head into the wind like that.
No.
I thought we could as a sloop.
No, you don't get penalized for being close to the wind.
Oh, sorry. Okay, all good.
Although that messes up my fishmen coming up on you, but you know we'll allow it this
Sorry
time.
then. So
Yeah.
we can't do it then. All right, that's fine. So we just go back to the normal movement. We just say you say they're attached anyway. It's fine.
Sure.
Don't mind.
Yeah.
All good. Then I guess probably the way Paulie would have gone is there,
Yeah.
and then to there.
Cool. Karu, Killian, and Yama, you each have something you can do. Obviously, there's fishermen coming up on the side of the ship. If it gets to their turn and they're not dealt with, they may start attacking you all directly rather than the ship itself.
Yeah, I'd like to reach over and try to just essentially like cut the tendons of their hands as they're climbing up to sort of
Yep.
stop them.
As they're
So
almost
specific.
like greased ninjas. You know, you see their sort of their claws come up over the rails of the ship, and you're just kind of running along, trying to. Yeah.
Get off my lawn. Yeah.
Sure.
Just like my standard attack.
Yep.
Can I do my 2 like I usually do?
Yeah, sure.
Or just 1? Okay, cool. First, tendon. 16?
16 hits.
Oh, my fire's still up too.
Yeah.
So 11 slashing damage and 5 fire damage. And then if the one that I've hit doesn't let go, I'll hit
You
it
wipe out about half of them that are climbing up the ship.
sick.
So it's like a group of them. It's almost like a swarm. So they have a group health effectively that I'm taking off. So you've kind of, with that one run past, you've kind of cleaned off one side of the ship from these creatures. I mean, this is a tactic that you have maybe implemented in the past yourself.
It's kind of gross. He quite literally is just cutting their hands off.
Yeah.
Like he's just running along the side. He's just dragging the cutlass, and so there's just like these sore moments of just these like fingers going, and then you hear plop 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 plop.
Very good.
I will run on.
can
I'll
I-
run around to the other side and do my second attack on the other side. Sorry,
Sure.
Kate. I mean, I'm assuming that hits.
Yeah.
Oh, 14 slashing damage and 1 fire damage. So yeah.
So 15. What was the last one? It was 16 last time. 15 this time. Yeah, that is enough. So you run along. Now, are you like running along the deck, or are you running along the rail of the ship, or you swing on a rope? Like, what is the Pakharu experience?
I think he's got one of the ropes in like his non-dominant hand. I'm having his left-handed because all my characters are. So in his right hand, he's got like the rope, and he's like got the cutlass down like vertical, and he's just scoring it along the rail and cutting off their hands.
Yeah.
And then he uses the momentum from the running to essentially swing himself around to the other side of the ship and just do the same thing.
Yep. Excellent. You look over. Everyone else who can kind of look over the sides, or like look in the wake behind the ship. There's just sort of these floating dead humanoid bodies now, just getting churned in your wake.
Okay.
Anyone else?
I want to see if I can see any faint glow under the water.
Give me a perception check. Versus here this thing's stealth check. You know what? I'll allow, because it is more Killian's. You're investigating for something specific, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
I'll allow an investigation if you like.
Ooh, yeah. That 29.
That's much
Fucking
better.
hell.
That is much better. You're pretty certain that the anglerfish is still pretty far away. It doesn't seem to be as fast as your ship on like a straightaway. But it's kind of in this area.
Okay. And do I know anything about these creatures? Is this from our plane of existence?
Because
it's very large and scary.
yeah, give me an Arcana check,
Arcana.
or I'll accept a Nature check. But I assume Arcana is kind of what you want to do.
Arcana's fine.
16. I think out of 16, you know that this creature is potentially not from another plane, unless you consider like the deep abyss, Marianas Trench, kind of another plane, which it maybe is to a certain degree, right? Like it is in this material plane. It's like you wouldn't be able to banish it back to it where it came from. But it is from like a part of Abiatoril that is just completely alien to the surface world.
And it would. Okay.
On a 16, you think that this thing's pretty hardy. Like you've done some dents in it, but by no means really hurt it yet. And on a 16, I think you know that, well, particularly you would know that if that thing shines its light on you, it's going to hurt you a lot. Specifically. Like that you're going to probably be blinded again. And it may have more other things it can do with that light than just spotlight you.
Yeah. Would it be safe to say that everyone would see me taking my cloak off?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna like roll the cloak over and like have it like closed over itself, so you can't see any eyes on it anymore.
Yep. Cool. Love that.
And he just sort of like has it over one shoulder and then like wraps it up over the other shoulder. So it's like a one of those things that they wore in Rome.
Toga?
Toga, yeah. It's like
Toga.
the top half of a toga like wrapped around him so it doesn't come loose. So if he needs to close his eyes, he can.
Very good. We've learnt lessons.
Yes.
Yama.
I don't really know what to do. Can I just shoot this tentacle?
Yep, absolutely. So, because it's towards the back of the ship, you'll need to use the small arms.
Okay. 1 second.
Dirty 20. We love a dirty
Fuck
20.
yes!
Cool. Nice. Max. 8.
Oh yeah, 8. Then definitely, yeah. You rip in the tentacle kind of with its little suckers. You get a couple of bolts in it, and it sort of wiggles and writhes and disappears under the water. Is that everyone? Everyone's had their turn? Cool.
I believe so, yeah.
Alright, I think Matthias is just going to keep booking it. The anglerfish emerges from the depths, and it is going to... it's going to roll to see if it can pinpoint you with this beam. We're going to say... Let's go here. 1, 2, 3. Roll a d3 to see what angle it attempts. 3.
Ooh.
By that much.
Oh boy. Don't like that.
The sharks are not so required to for the light to hunt you, but they attempt to, and they keep swimming towards you. Cool. I think that's all their turn. Ship. ETS percentage.
Ooh, shit, with that light going there, that kind of screws what I had planned. I move that way. And then that means they can fire at it still.
Yep, they can start firing at any point, so they don't need to wait for you to end your movement.
I'm gonna fire.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh my.
Cool.
Everyone
So-
fire.
Tick.
Are you aiming at the?
I'm in at the Angerfish. Blackjack one. No, I'm not. Does 10 hit?
No, 10 does not hit. I'm afraid.
Okay.
I am going to. You see, Killian start like every shot he's had with the fire bolt. He's been like, oh yeah, whatever. Bang. This time he's just gonna he moves his arms around a hell of a lot more, and everyone's like, oh, he's doing some type of interpretive dance. And I want to pump a fireball into this bolt.
Sure.
So that is a fire.
I'm gonna have you roll to hit it still.
Mhm.
This time. Yeah, I'm gonna have you roll to hit as per normal. Maybe not with your spell this time, because you're using a lot more spell energy, right? To put the little ball of light on the end of the ballista, and that's taking up your concentration.
Can I use my spell attack roll as my attack because it is still a spell?
I'll let you use your int modifier instead of dex. How about that?
That works for me. Yeah.
And so d20 plus int modifier plus d4.
Okay. D20 plus 5 plus 1d4.
Very good. 21.
Hell yeah. All right. Then. Fireball.
Oh my god, could Yama add smites and shit to the ballistas?
I don't have any spell slots left.
Oh
It's
no!
been such a long day. I have nothing left.
It's
Yeah,
I
alright.
don't
that's
know
why-
how fucking Killian has any spells.
You used
because
your
I got
last spell
one
slot.
back.
Yeah.
Oh. You used your
Fireball.
last spell slot on a good thing.
Yeah, I've been using
you would have
fireball because
killed
it's a
me.
cantrip.
I don't want that.
39 fire damage.
Yes, 39 fire damage, and I'm aiming for the light again.
Is that times 5?
I'm gonna say no, but do you want to roll the damage for the ballista bolt, and I'll add that on as well.
Okay.
This is more just like a ballista delivery system. Oh, sorry, a fireball delivery system.
Plus 4.
Yeah.
So
39.
40. 43.
That's times 5 though, that 4.
Oh, true.
Yeah, so it's 20.
20.
That's why it's actually
So-
better you being on the ship, dude. Because if you can attack with the
16.
ballista, you know what I mean? And you hit 10, that's 50 damage.
So
Without
39
wasting
plus
any.
20, so that's 59 damage to the anglerfish. It does not like that. As you just see the ballista bolt tipped with a little small light fly in, and you see it kind of crack into the side of its flank, and then just detonate. And just a boom! And it kind of rocks in the waves and sort of, ripples of water, small tsunamis, ripple out from it as it kind of howls in an eldritch howl.
Does it catch fire?
No.
What?
It's moist.
Fish don't catch
moist.
fire.
Hey, I've forgotten about fish before on the stove and seen them catch fire. So
And look, if the anglerfish was drinking alcohol, yes. Then
all right, Paulie, start throwing barrels.
No. I'm away from my booze.
I think like Karu like rubbing soot out of like gunpowder out of his face because of the ballista blowing up before. Can't see how good or bad the anglerfish is going, but it's just like, Yama, finish it off. And he has no idea.
Okay. Well, yep. That's yep. I basically just fired an RPG at this thing.
Yeah, it's totally dead, right? Like Karu doesn't know.
Anything else? Was it Yama?
Yama, I haven't moved either yet.
Well, I don't think I can shoot the guns again, right?
I think sort of two. There's probably two on each side. I think
Two ballista,
probably,
yeah.
I don't think there'd be more
Yeah,
than
that's
that.
You can do
what I
small
thought.
arms at the Sharky boy.
Or there are obviously repairs that can be done to the ship, but not a
Yeah,
lot.
I'll do repairs. I don't think the shark is like really doing anything.
Yeah.
It's barely keeping up to us. So how do I do repair?
I think you just roll it. It says DC saving throw DC 12 charisma again, but you can certainly make an argument for like athletics or like a strength saving throw instead. Like you're gonna lean over part of the ship to where the shark bit into it or something like that. Hammer on some panels or put some tar over the small holes.
Well, yeah, honestly, my strength and charisma are the same. So,
there you go. So just make a DC 12 saving throw then.
boop. Natty 18.
Hells yeah. And then if you want to hit I'll reveal this. You can just click the healing on repair there.
Healing. Go.
4. Back up to full.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
So what does that look like, Yama? How do you go about repairing the ship?
Well, I think he's like not spent time on many ships, so I think it's like, as you say, he's just using his like brute strength.
Mhm.
Honestly, yeah.
Just whacking in the paste, like the tar paste, and then like
Yeah, shoving on planks of like wood and
Yeah.
just head butting the nails in with your helmet on.
Love that.
Can't find a hammer in time.
Yeah, that's true. He'd fucking do that.
All right. Cool. Matthias is pretty much out of there now.
I still want to move.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Back to you.
I just want to get everyone attacked, so bang. Bang. There we go. Thank you. Actually, was that right? Sorry, let me just check that.
Yep.
Oh, one more. One more. Boop.
So the anglerfish is going to try and search for you again. The sort of light bulb kind of stays in that same direction, but it starts kind of hunting around for you in your wake. To sort of your last known position from where that shot came from. The shark's kind of falling behind on all of this, but you can.
Anglerfish will eat the shark.
What else we got here?
Back on 1 sec.
Cool. All right, that's their turn. Back to the company.
Could I jump in first here? And could I, inspired by DB using all his cantrips, I looked at my cantrips. Could I use True Strike on the ballista to like grant somebody else advantage on their attack?
Sure. Yeah, I think that sounds great.
Cool. Done.
Sick. We're not at the right angle to fire at it, are we? We need
Not at this
Paulie
stage,
to-
I don't think.
yeah.
Yeah, it's.
We need to rotate.
Come about.
Yeah, that's the plan. 1 second. I'm just gonna get back.
Mhm.
I'm gonna come about, so I'll turn twice.
I think with come about though, and I was just having a read of it because the rules say you can only turn once before moving.
Right.
So that
okay,
second,
so like that.
Yeah, you can do that. Move at least once, and then you can throw in another turn. Because I think you just can't turn on the spot even with come about.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, bang there.
Yeah, and then you could rotate and then
Come about. Bang.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. No worries. Alright, so then I've got 250. Yep. Alright. Let's just move to...
but
What does the true strike do?
it just gives advantage.
It'll give you advantage.
Cool. I'm gonna use the
Sorry, I
slightly
know
glowing
I'm
ballista.
moving away a bit.
It was definitely in firing line.
Yeah.
While you were back there, kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna use
Yeah,
the
but yeah.
glowy
We'll
one.
do it, yeah.
Advantage.
No, I think I've been very lenient because I think I've been giving you like
Jesus.
no disadvantage on these long range ballista shots, but we'll keep going.
Only now has it been out of range. Like I've been checking it. It's 400 feet pretty much at all times.
Yeah, but I think that's the full range. So like with a longbow, there's like a short range and a long range.
Sure.
You can hit the long range, but it usually at disadvantage, kind of thing.
Sure.
That's right. These rules are also meant to be ship to ship, not ship to fish.
Does a 16 hit Big Fish Boy?
16 hits the big fish boy.
Hell yeah.
Normal.
But I like the idea of us, like, fighting, monsters and shit. I think it's really cool.
Times 5 to 35?
Yep.
35 damage.
That bloodies the creature.
All right,
Ooh.
Good job, guys.
am going to. Can I use somehow to imbue burning hands into a bolt? Like set the bolt on fire with burning hands.
Like super heated up.
Yeah, so it's like essentially the same as my firebolt, but it's a bit. No, it's not quite a fireball, but not quite
Just
a
like
firebolt.
hot metal.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely a lot hotter than the firebolt.
Yeah. Yeah, you can superheat the metal bolt at the end of the wooden shaft kind of thing, right? So it's glowing red hot as you get ready to loose it.
And I loose it.
27 hits.
27 to hit. All right, so that will be a burning hands.
1 second again, sorry guys.
13 and damage.
Joe DiMaggio.
6 damage. 6 times 5. 25. Wait.
30.
30. Yeah, my brain just turned off.
So you can
30 plus 13, so 43.
So you can see it. Oops. So yeah, it definitely takes the 30 from the bolt. I've given it a. It's doing that thing again. Clear all. The bolt hits true. But the fish, perhaps one of its limbs, splashes up kind of at the last minute. It did a 17 on its dexterity saving throw. And so it's going to halve that fire damage.
Okay.
So it's still taking the full bolt, but I'm saying it's going to take half the fire as it kind of splashes up water. In time, you see like hisses of steam belch away from this thing.
So it gets super hot water
Yeah.
thrown down his face.
Yeah. So it's still scalding, but not the full front that you were perhaps hoping for.
I'm making fish stew tonight, guys.
Anyone else had anything? I think that was Yamakaro and Killian, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, and I did come about as my one.
Yep, cool. And you've moved your full movement as you want to move?
That is correct.
Okay. Everything here. Just going to select everything at once here.
Yes, come closer. Let me
Yeah.
get within 90 feet of you. 60 feet. Oh, that's a bit too close.
Quite close, yeah. That's like on the ship.
The searchlight for the anglerfish swings around, looking for its prey. But fails to find you. It's your turn again.
Yeah, fuck that fish.
I mean, I guess we just keep firing at it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll do
I'll
true strike again.
Yeah, sick.
it'll be disadvantage where we're setting now. I can't. 1 sec. I'll have a look at it in a second.
The fish moved a bit closer to us, so
Did it? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming.
You'll see on the blister
Apologies,
it says
guys.
like 4 to 8 feet. So that's like 4 to 8 hexes. So anything within 4 hexes is normal. Anything outside,
yeah.
anything up to the 8 is
It's
Okay.
would normally
I
be a
can
disadvantage.
do
at the
this.
end of our range, yeah.
I can do this. Move once. Come about again. And then I've got 350 feet. We're gonna get closer to it now, guys. A lot closer.
Yeah, you guys are doing very well. So I will start enforcing the disadvantage range.
That's fair.
Bang. All right, go. Go for it, guys.
Someone has advantage.
Oh, sorry. 1 second. There. I went 300 from there. It was 250.
So is this
That's within range, right?
that's without disadvantage? That's we don't have disadvantage on these
2,
strikes.
3, 4. Yeah, because I think it's touching.
Okay, cool. I'll take the glowy ballista. Ballista. I don't know how it's said. Whatever. Attack. Advantage.
Yeah, we're gonna get angler outfits for this, just to make Josh happy. And only Josh will get that.
Does a 14 hit?
14 will hit.
Yay.
Now you see, Timmy. You see a sort of slightly overweight Australian man in a diver's suit come up from underneath, and he's like, for all you Diver Dave fans out there.
Yay.
Diver
love
Dave's
Diver Dave.
great.
Diver Dave's great. 35 damage.
35
How
damage.
good.
It's such a fun game, actually.
I've played it all weekend. It's very cool.
I've got it on my Steam Deck. It's phenomenal on that.
Not bad on Switch.
I have 2 options. I'm gonna firebolt again.
Okay.
So with the firebolt, I just use the
Yeah, just use it
same.
as is. Yeah.
The firebolt as is.
Yeah, I think it's probably just
Yeah,
easier. For something like a cantrip that doesn't require the same level of concentration as one of your bigger spells.
22 for 9.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 times 5, 15. 24.
Mm-hmm.
And how's he looking?
Pretty messed up, but still fishing around.
Gonna get cooked very soon.
All right. Yama's done the sort of guiding bolt. Paulie, you've done all your movement.
Mm-hmm. And they come about.
All right. The anglerfish lets out another kind of roar, and it submerges itself into the water.
Oh god.
You feel a bump against your keel.
Fucking shark.
It's a bloody shark, but I don't think an 8 even hits your
No, it
ship's
doesn't.
AC.
Shark beat. Ooh, haha.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh dear god.
Well, last time the anglerfish submerged, the little anglerfish, they didn't move, correct?
The anglerfish haven't moved at all because you've never been in the light.
When the anglerfish came back up again, the big one, did it come back up in the same spot?
We haven't had the
No,
same light for it
It
yet.
was moving. It was moving
Okay,
under
it
the
did
water.
move.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. You can see who's on like kind of lookout at the moment.
Probably Yama.
Okay. Do you want to give me a perception check, please, Yama?
Could I use my divine sense as well?
Sure. Yeah, I'll let you. I'll give you advantage
Cool.
for that.
All right. Well, I'll tick one off and I'll take that advantage. Thank you. Oh, natty 19, 24.
Not only is sort of the shark behind you, and there's sort of another shark kind of a little bit ahead of you under the water.
Mm-hmm.
You can detect that there are more of those sort of hybrid fish humanoid creatures latching on to the bottom of the hull and are starting to make their way up.
Those motherfuckers. They're on the ship.
But they will be doing that next turn. Or at least you can just sense, I guess, and kind of feel through the hull as you're going around. You know, you're patching things up before and just checking on things. You could feel like the clunk, clunk, clunk of like claws digging in and climbing on the outside of the hull, but still like below the water level.
Well, maybe can I, as my action for this turn, drop? I've got 3 bottled lightnings left. Could I drop like maybe one on each side or something?
Sure, I love that.
Yeah, sweet. All right. So they're 2d6 damage each. That is a 9 on the first bottle. And a 5 on the second bottle.
Okay, so 14 damage total. I'm going to say as well, like double that because it's in salt water and, you know, like spreading out and so on. You hear, you hear the dun, dun, dun on the side of the hull, and then just is it like is it just like stand in the middle, throw a bottle either side, or is it like walk to one side, drop one, walk to the other side, drop one? Like, what is the Yama style?
I think it's drop one on one side as he happens to be there, and then like hobble to the other side, and he's kind of, as he's throwing them, because it's in like a glass bottle, he's kind of smashing it onto the side of our ship so that it then like kind of radiates out.
Yeah, as you drop it, like the kind of flange of the ship itself, it kind of smacks into, and you see like lightning spread out, and the figures are kind of shadows illuminated by the lightning as it forks through the water. And you see the shark in your prow also just go belly up.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Cool.
Karu, Killian, and Paulie.
I am going to look over the side again and see if I can see any glowing lights below the surface.
Yeah, give me that investigation check.
18.
18? You do not. This thing is gone deep, perhaps.
Well then. I am just going to use the ballista and target this tentacle with a firebolt.
Sure.
21 for 17.
More than enough. You sort of point at the tentacle and fire the ballista across, and just bursts into and like lets out a bit of a flame. And that tentacle kind of wails wildly and splashes back into the ocean and goes under.
Hopefully that gets its attention so it comes back.
Okay. Has everyone had their shot now?
I haven't. And the only thing I can think to do is to also like look over the side.
Do you want me to move and then see how we go from there?
Yeah, maybe Karu sees Killian do that and is like, oh, yeah, all right. I can't fuck. Maybe I can see it. Yeah. I'm gonna also. Can I actually say that Karu does something a little different?
Yeah, of course.
Can I say that Karu actually like whips over the side of the ship and like suctions onto the side and like puts his head under the water in an attempt to see the anglerfish?
Sure.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah.
I'll let you make what kind of check are you making here? And
I'd like to make an investigation check.
Yeah. Is there any blood hunter nonsense that does this do?
Excuse you. It's only against fays, fiends, or undead.
I think this kind of creature is... I mean, this is in the wheelhouse of the kind of thing that you were trained to. Like, this kind
It's
of
a-
aberration.
Big fish thing. And yeah.
Yeah.
So I can do advantage?
Sure.
Yeah. Roll. Ugh. 23.
That's not enough, I'm afraid. The number I was looking for was either a crit or a 31.
I figured it was a crit. So. Alright, I poke my head back. I climb
pop your
back
head
over.
down. You do notice, though, that you have just gone past a shark. There is a shark kind of in your wake.
I think Karu, as he like pulls himself over, is like, "Another fucking shark! Yama, get it!"
Tentacles off your port side as well, and a what appears to be sort of a large kind of like sea serpent, known as a razor reef, is in the water as well. Known for burrowing into creatures, climbing up their legs, finding a hole to squirm into.
Oh god!
Yikes.
Tasty.
Yeah.
Stay away from my orifices.
That was everyone.
Look, if I'm drunk enough.
That was everyone, I think.
Yes.
I wasn't talking to you, Timmy.
You feel the ship lurch underneath you. You don't want that. You don't want that.
Oh no. Can we go back to
Tell
sharks?
Yeah.
Can we use one of our inspirations to impose a disadvantage?
We don't even know what's happening. Let's see what happens.
That's an excellent idea, but I've rolled it, and
Damn it.
We're sticking with it. So the ship lurches as massive jaws come up from underneath the ship and tear into it. You hear the scraping down the sides of the ship's hull. Now, it would normally take, to a regular person, 85 damage. Divided by 5 is only 17.
Holy fuck.
We still have a ship though.
I need someone, I guess Paulie as the captain, you're on the tiller, to make a DC 20 dexterity saving throw to pilot the ship out of this thing's giant maw, because its mouth is bigger than your ship.
No, I get it. Yeah. All right. Should I use an advantage for this, guys? I've got
Yes.
a +6 dex save, so if there's a good chance we can do it.
I think as
No,
well,
+9.
you get, I mean, Yama's on the ship with you.
+3.
Yeah.
So should I use the advantage or leave
I
it?
think I would use the advantage.
Yeah, use it.
Use the inspo.
Yep.
We're good. 23.
You pilot the ship sort of just outside the maw as it comes up. It just sort of cracks on the side of the hull. You can feel like scraping along the side of the hull as it takes the 17 damage.
Thank fuck I used that advantage.
Yeah, the first roll was a 3.
But you are not swallowed by this monstrous fish, and you do not start taking acid stomach damage.
Oh my god, I feel like that would have been fun though. That's like a new adventure.
That was the fish's turn. We're going to get a couple of tentacle attacks on you.
Of course, because why wouldn't we?
Why wouldn't we?
Yeah, well, everyone's got to be involved.
This is a hentai show, so
Exactly. That's another 2 damage to the ship. And
god damn.
Uncanny dodge for the ship.
The ship just goes.
just does a flip. And another 2 damage. and you hear something has burrowed. You hear almost like a grinding or like a underwater sawing, and it sounds like something's kind of burrowing into the ship itself.
Yeah, okay.
Ooh.
But it's your turn.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I'll move us like this for now. Move on to that thing there.
Oh, it's
Maybe
attached to
should
you. Don't
ram
worry
it.
about it.
All right.
That's the
And I'm
thing
gonna
trying to-
I'm gonna come about again. Do you want me to roll this?
Yeah, please.
Charisma. Fucking nope.
No second come about. So you just get the
No. Normal.
yeah.
Fuck.
Now at this angle, using my magic, can I guide the bolt to hit it?
I think so. I think this is yeah.
Alright, well I'm gonna do it the old-fashioned way because I'm not using a fire bolt.
Yeah, it's within 100 feet.
God
Natural
fucking
one?
damn
Are
it.
you kidding me? Jesus Christ.
What's the
This boat's gonna sink.
what's the thing that's burrowed in? What was that?
It
A
was
wormy
a you saw it when your head was underwater, Caro. It looked kind of like this.
I hate it.
And it's like burrowing into the ship from the outside.
Yep.
I kind of want to jump in the water and kill it.
Yes.
Seems- I
That's
kind
a
of want
hero move, that is.
Or
I can't-
maybe go look for it where it's burrowing in, and then go attack it from the inside.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
but then it might spring a leak.
Then it would have gotten in.
Shit, yeah, true.
Yeah. I
We
kinda wanna
need
get
someone
it.
to repair the ship too, very badly.
I'm planning on doing that. when it
Beautiful.
comes around to me.
Yeah, I kind of want to jump like where the thing is burrowing. I
Mhm.
kind of want to jump on it, like over with my cutlass. Just
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, take a rope, fly off the side, sort of running along the wall of the ship itself, and you kind of dive in with rope still in one tentacle, perhaps, so you get back up at speed. Yeah, roll the attack for me. I'm just going to move you so I can click this token. There we go.
no.
10 is not going to cut it, I'm afraid, Caro.
May I do my second attack?
Yep.
Cool. Hey.
Oh yes.
That's better.
She gives and she taketh.
Yeah.
Critical hit, absolutely.
So 5 slashing damage, and my fire is magical? Does it work in the water?
Yeah, I think so.
Sick.
It's powered by. I mean, it's your entire training would have been useless if it didn't work in underwater
That's a
conditions.
good. That's a good point. It's powered by my blood. That's why it's fine. And then 9 fire damage on top of that. So
What's that total?
24.
More than enough. You find it kind of burrowing in, and like a tick, you're able to kind of like cut its head off. Its body kind of falls down, withering, squirming away into the water.
Has anyone seen the Attack on Titan finale?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
A
Dan,
few
did
in
you
the
say
chat
yeah?
have.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm imagining this thing is like that weird spinal bug
Yes.
that comes out after Heron gets beheaded, and it's like,
100%.
yeah. And I'm Reiner. I've held on to it. And I'm killing it. I come back up onto the ship immediately. I'm like, don't worry, I got it. Weird thing's dead.
I was just looking at some of the rules. The ship is below half its hit points, so it is currently stressed. A ship is stressed if it has less than the required crew. We don't worry about that. Or less than half of its starting hit points. So a stressed ship has disadvantage on all attacks and skill checks.
We really need to get it back up to health.
Yeah, so
The
I will
bosun
do my
action
repairs.
station can take the raise morale action to attempt to temporarily remove this condition.
I would just say we need to get this fucking thing fixed, really, don't we?
Yeah, I can roll repairs, and if that doesn't work, we can do a bosun thingy.
Sure, sounds good.
So Yama's using his manly strength again to heal the ship. So I'm gonna add my. Ooh. So
That's
that's a
fine.
20, dirty 20.
Yep.
Cool. What was the healing? Was it 1d6 or?
Let me pop it out here. Yep.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to roll a d6 for my ship check.
That's right. It was.
it's
I think
only
you just had to
6.
hit a. I think you had to hit a 12 anyway to
Oh, okay.
successfully repair. So.
Oh, thank you for the healing. It's a 4 healing.
+4 healing.
Not enough.
Not enough. The ship is still stressed. Paulie, I think you still have an action. I know you've just been doing a lot of your.
I tried to use the come and get it, didn't I?
Oh yeah, sorry, you have done that. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm going to move though. Absolutely.
Yep.
To there.
Okay.
Actually.
Yeah.
No, there. Sorry, there.
All right. Tentacles swimming towards you. Not quite able to match your incredible speed. And the anglerfish is going to hunt with its thing. D3. Ooh, catches half of you. So
Oh
here's
my
what
God.
I'm going to say. You're going to have advantage on this check. You need to make a DC 20 con saving throw. Or be blinded.
Who's doing that?
For 1 minute. Everyone on the ship.
Are we
Everyone
in?
gets +3.
But
Cool, thank you.
you're getting advantage because it's only hitting like half the ship.
Okay.
Oh, +3, 19.
Oh yes, actually, people with dark vision
Oh
get
no.
the advantage cancelled out.
It's a 6 for me anyway.
It
23 for me.
10 for me.
17.
Or 13.
So I think Yama's the only one. Oh, well, plus Yama's +3. It's just Yama that can see now.
I thought if we had dark vision, we don't get that 3. Is that right?
No, if you don't have the dark vision, you don't get the advantage. I'm afraid. Sorry.
So yours
They
is
cancel each other out.
a 17 still though, Karu.
So not enough, I'm afraid. Everyone is
Oh.
blind except Yama.
For a minute.
But you can make the saving throw again.
Well, luckily we can just keep moving 300 feet because we're not going to be touching anything.
Holy shit.
So you're blind, so any checks you would go to make are at disadvantage. They kind of are anyway with the ship in general. But I think, you probably can't steer the ship. Or if you want to, Paulie, I can have you, if you want, you can roll a d6 to, like, just guess to try and get out of the light.
True, yeah, okay.
Well, I guess you've got 3 options, right? So what I've been doing is rolling a d3 to choose where that light goes. You could roll a d3 to choose which way you turn the boat.
I'm okay with that.
Yama could point a direction, right?
Well, you could go and grab the tiller if you want that to be your action, like, or grab the push Paulie out of the way.
Yeah, well, okay, maybe Yama does so. I don't know how to steer the ship, but now I want to go this
Do
way
that. You want to go that way?
to the right.
We can't until it's our turn.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
It's your turn now.
So we're going to go that way first and then move a spot and then you can move that way. Any further up and we're going up against the wind.
So I can't go this way.
You can keep going that way.
Yeah.
We will end up in this red dot.
Oh,
though.
that's okay. No. We were there, so we had to follow this path.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, I see.
Either way, those dots are they're done now. Like, that's where you
Oh,
detected people. Yeah.
Cool. And that's all Yama does. Maybe he's like, get it together. I don't know. He wouldn't say that.
You turn the ship. You come about. Paulie, you're kind of blind. You're sort of pushed to the side a little bit by Yama. What's everyone else doing while they're on the ship, unable to see?
I'm going to attempt to repair the ship.
Okay. Yeah. Repair the ship with disadvantage.
Use your waterways.
Yeah. I'm gonna get zen with the movement of the water.
Yeah, actually, before you do that, can I do the bosun thing?
Yeah, sick. I was gonna ask if someone could do that.
Oh yeah, nice.
Would that be a disadvantage even though I can't see?
Probably not, because it's just yelling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Kara's like,
Where is that? I
I'm
can't actually see that in the thing.
It might not. It might not
Bosun.
be in there. I just saw it in the rules.
Bosun's here.
Is it?
In features?
Character actions.
Where's that?
Raise morale. May make an intimidation or persuasion skill check to choose one of the following. Give all of the ship's attacks and skills check rolls +1, or temporarily remove the stress condition from the ship for 1 turn.
Where's character actions? I've got like action points per list, a small arm, blah, blah, blah.
I think it's in the rules. Maybe it's not on the ship.
I'm in the
itself.
rules. Sorry. Yeah, I'm looking at the rules.
What
Both
do I need to do
blind.
again,
It's the
sorry?
blind leading the blind.
Yeah. It's just Kara and Paulie yelling at each other.
That's exactly
blindly.
it, yeah. So what do I need to do? Sorry then?
Make an intimidation or persuasion check, and then you choose one of the following 2 things, which is either.
Persuasion it is.
Yeah, that seems fair.
18.
Yeah, I think you kind of snap everyone to attention. This isn't the first time you've commanded a ship, perhaps blind, poorly, whether drunk or in a cloud, and just go to work, snapping out commands. What do you yell out?
So you can
What,
either.
guys?
Sorry. You can either remove the stress condition, or you can give all of our stuff +1 this turn.
Let's remove the stress for now, because that rolls us all at disadvantage, and I can do it again later for more reasons.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the smartest thing. Let's get rid of the stressed action for now.
Sure. All right. At the what is Caro and Killian doing whilst
I
blind?
want to try and repair the ship blindly.
Am I able to make my check to try and fix my blindness?
I think it's sort of at the end of your turn.
Killian, he knows a fair bit about shit, actually.
But if you wanna use your turn to make maybe like a medicine check.
Yeah, I'll do that. Can I argue an Arcana check to magic it away?
Do you have any magical healing?
I have shield. I can shield my eyes. Or scrying.
Scrying is an interesting one. Read out scrying for me.
You can see and hear a particular creature you choose that is on the same plane of existence as you. The target must make a wisdom saving throw, which is modified by how. I don't want to waste that fucking spell slot, though. God damn it. I'm going to make a medicine check.
I rolled a 20 for the DC for repair. So.
Yep. So you definitely heal it. So if you want to click the healing as well.
That is a 6.
All right.
It's also a 6.
Nice.
The ship is
That'd be
currently
12
at
more.
20 points, which
yes.
is more than half. The ship is no longer stressed. Killian, you're not able to
Doesn't mean Paulie isn't.
clear your eyes with that 6. You're kind of the salt air is kind of getting in them. As you try and kind of blink away the spots from that light.
Can I make my con? Is it a con save
Yep,
to
so
see if I?
Everyone who's blind can make another con save. So effectively, Dylan, you kind of made it twice, right? Or attempted to.
Fun save.
I'm no longer blind.
It's another 5.
Paulie, give us a con save. We're looking for a DC 20. You get a +3 from Yama.
Oh my fucking god. 23.
Oh yeah.
Karu and Paulie, you're able to kind of blink the lights out of your eyes just in time to see that the ship is heading directly at another patch of the anglerfish boys.
Grab.
And it's their turn, and they saw you in the light, and they begin to move towards your ship.
Damn it.
They begin clawing their way up the side of the ship and kind of using their claws to kind of rake along the sides as they do so. But their claws are ineffective against your hull. 11 will not get in. They don't do any damage to the ship itself as they climb up and they start flooding the deck and start trying to sort of tear up ropes and cut sheets and things like that, but they're ineffectual so far.
Man, this naval combat is sick.
Yeah, it's so cool.
The fish is going to get closer. You know what? It's going to use its action to dash.
Ooh. All right, guys, it's in range.
And I think that's it. Now we'll have some tentacles moving into position. Some boys moving into position.
I feel like Dan's really enjoying this as well.
I'm loving it. It's like a very different kind of combat, right? Like it's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I added the whole like the fish jumping onto your ship thing just because it was like
It sounds cool.
yeah.
It's like we're playing Minecraft.
Not Assassin's Creed Black Flag, but okay, whatever.
Yeah,
Crew of ETC percentage. What do you do?
Could I use my golden samurai helm of telepathy to force a suggestion into the creature's mind to maybe get off the ship?
The creatures that are swarming it, the little creatures.
Yeah, it does only work on one creature. Though.
That's fine. They're kind of acting as a group, maybe hive-mindy kind of thing.
Hive-mind,
I'm
cool.
allowing. Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. So it's a spell save DC 13.
Is it wisdom or intelligence for them?
Oh, it does not say.
Can you link it at all?
Yes. There we go.
Um,
Well, detect thoughts. What's detect thoughts? Detect.
I'm gonna guess it's wisdom. I think these things usually are wisdom. I mean, it's not great
Detect
for
thoughts is wisdom. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
A spell sheet.
How does a 4 stack up against your spell save DC?
They get off the boat.
What do you mentally tell them as they're like? It's like children running around trying to like pull on ropes and cut
Yeah,
things.
I think it's more like he just says this is not where you should be.
Just use Conqueror Haki, Timmy.
Definitely, yep. Boom.
All the fish kind of stop what they're doing. They're kind of blank eyes, and their little anglerfish tentacle kind of dims, and they just all jump off the ship at once.
Nice.
All right.
All right.
Still got
Guys, fire before I attack.
We got
Before I-
Karu
before
and
I
a
run away.
blind Killian.
Do I keep repairing the ship, or do you want me to attack it?
One attack, one repair.
All right, I'll do the repair.
Killian is blind though, so
I
he's
cannot see a thing.
Okay,
I can't do either.
Wait,
Actually, well, no. I guess
can
I'm not
any-
going to be moving the ship anyway. I'm just going to let it move its natural course for 300 feet. So I'll repair. You attack,
Okay. Okay,
or either way, whichever one you want to do.
I don't mind. I'm already here. I'll just repair. Like I'm already
Alright,
at the. Yeah, I'm at
I mean,
the hole.
what's
do
your
the attacking.
what's your fly speed, Paulie? Just go straight for it.
Don't threaten me with a good time. I fucking could. Okay. I actually could.
I mean, if someone wants to throw the tiefling at it, he can do something. He just needs to know where it is.
Damn,
He's
hitting
on
high
top
with
of
those
it.
repairs.
Yeah, like throw it above it. It could turn into a bowl of petunias
I could turn into a sperm whale.
after.
Can we
Land on
throw
it.
the random tiefling that's in the hold?
I don't think he's
Yeah.
going to turn into anything.
You can have 10 HP back because I got max healing.
Yes.
Hell yes, good job.
Kara's like,
I'm-
okay, apparently I'm a carpenter. Yes.
That's
I'm gonna-
30, guys. We're pretty much back to health, full health. Good
I
job.
know. Yeah.
I'm going to try and fire bolts at it at disadvantage.
Yep. Well, I was gonna say roll a trying to think. Roll a d6 for me, because I'm gonna need a 5 or a 6 for you to even like pinpoint the right spot in general, right? Yeah,
3
there you
damage
go.
for me as well.
Ooh, let's go. It's a 5.
That's
Cool.
15 damage. Better.
15 damage. Sorry, yep, 15 damage.
15. And
So
yeah, so you kind of, Killian, you kind of point, in a random direction off the side of the ship. The ship's been moving around. You've lost track of where this thing is, right? But you take a good guess. Still a disadvantage on the attack, though. Just not that it might not matter, because your attack's pretty good. Yeah. Cool.
20. And then the bolt. Where's the bolt gone? Where is the barge? Oh, I'll just do barge. 6.
So, Kara, you're running around, tentacles holding planks and nails, slopping tar over leaks and holes. You're kind of maybe even in your element in the bilges. It's like half submerged at this point.
Some of the ichor is actually my ichor, my tentacle
Yeah.
ichor that's gluing the ship back together. That's why it's working so well, is that it's just like...
Yama, what were you doing, Yama? You were you're like hakiing all the fish to get off the ship, because Killian is standing in the middle of the ship, just blind, just like hobbling around. Paulie, you're able to kind of direct him onto one of the guns, and you just like, here you go, move his hands into position.
Yeah.
Killian, you're like shrugging, I don't even know what I'm doing. Both you and Paulie fire at the same time. These 2 ballista bolts sail across the water, and all you hear is a as they sink into the side of this anglerfish, and it slowly, like the surfacing of an island, begins to turn belly up.
Yes!
Hell yeah.
I'm just
Fuck
like,
yeah.
what happened? What the fuck happened? Are we dead?
You 360 no-scoped it.
Sweet. I no-eyesed it. Hey Dan, I just had a realization. At this point, I'm gonna unfurl my cloak.
Yeah.
I can see again.
You unfurl the cloak. You can definitely see like everything on the ship around you. You kind of have that blind sight. It's all a bit ethereal, right? What you see, but now you can see your friends and see them cheering. I think beyond whatever it is, like 60 feet or 100 feet or whatever it is, your kind of vision does certainly stop. But you can now walk around the ship without being in too much trouble. But I like to think that it was that moment from Rogue One where Killian's just like the blind man walking through the battlefield of fish that are like throwing themselves off the ship. One with the Force. The Force is with me. As the both of you make it to your ballistae. The fish turns belly up. The tentacles kind of recede into the water, and all the other kind of fish there. There is one figure kind of floating there in the water. I think probably beyond your sight, Killian. But Karu, Yama, and Paulie, do you want to give me a perception check, please?
Oh. 22.
Can I smell?
Yeah.
Sick.
Mhm.
20.
Paulie and Karu. Paulie, you see this because it's, all the other fish and tentacles are kind of dipping back into the water, and I think you are very aware of fish popping out of water, right? You probably used to get at those jumping fish, those flying fish in the water. Yama, perhaps you're too busy making sure that the other anglerfish men are kind of disappearing. Karu, you pick up the smell of this kind of dead abomination ripped from the depths. You get another smell, a familiar smell. It's familiar because it's got, I mean, obviously that kind of fishy quality, And maybe it's just the ichor you've been putting around on the ship. It kind of smells a bit like that. Poorly, and but once you get a whiff of it on the breeze coming from off the starboard side, you kind of look out there, and you and Paulie look out over the edge, and you see a figure, kind of half floating, maybe sort of shin deep, almost like walking on water, just watching you. Then he disappears into the waves.
Ooh.
Recognize him?
I don't know, Kara, do you recognize him?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
You tell me.
It feels like that's a picture that you sent me.
But we all know Kara's memory is faulty, so
yeah,
I leave it
that's
up to
why
you.
I'm asking you.
Yeah,
Do I do a roll or something for it?
I mean, his skin, from say, Paulie's point of view, like, this is... It kind of looks like Karu with a tail instead of tentacles.
I think Karu, under his breath, just goes, "Why does that dude smell like me?"
Do I hear that?
Sure.
No, I'm not being quiet about it.
He smells like you. Is that your brother?
My brother's dead.
Didn't you say he might not be?
Holy shit, is that my brother?
That could have been your brother.
Fuck, we should go after him. What if that's my... And, like, Karu, like, starts to, like, walk towards the edge of the boat to jump in the water.
I straight up try and help fly Karu over to where they they just went into the water.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, hilarious.
Paulie, you lift up Karu and kind of dash over the waves, perhaps just skimming above the water level.
Draining with great difficulty.
Yeah. As you get there, though, and kind of the sun starts, the cloud cover and the storms start parting as if this creature itself was manipulating the weather. So sunlight starts dappling down. You can see through the beautiful blue of the ocean. And as you try and kind of find that point of where this creature went underwater, Paulie, you look up and see on the edge of vision, 4 ships making their way towards this island. A flare flies up, a red flare flies up and kind of crackles down.
Would I know what that means?
You spot the 4 ships. There is a ship of the line, a frigate, 2 frigates, and a brig. And on the ship of the line, bright red sails with the symbol of the carnate, the ruby carnate.
Ooh.
On the brigs, a red fist in flame. And that's where we'll end today's session.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
We're getting into the political intrigue. I love it.
yes, bring it on.
Oh, also, before we do end it, is that fishy still floating in the water, like above the water?
No, he's gone.
Damn it!
Yeah.
I would have liked to have taken its light as a trophy.
But next week, hopefully, we'll perhaps discuss with the Royal Navy what it is you're doing here and what your part in all of this was. Who was that mysterious stranger? I guess we'll have to wait and find out. And a red fist in flame, perhaps recognized by Yama.
Oh shit.
Stay tuned, dear believers. We'll be back. Hope everyone enjoyed our naval combat this week. It was very different. It was a bit slow just because we were obviously getting the hang of it, trying to figure out the steps, but I think it works really well.
It worked really well. It was awesome. That was so much fun to play.
It was super interesting.
And I mean, there's 4 more ships if you want to give it another go. So
yeah, let's take them all.
A ship of the line would be a nice ship.
So ship of the line, according to this, has 186 hit points. compared to your 30.
Yeah,
30,
but think
33.
think about this. How many hit points do the people on the ship have? Okay.
Yeah.
we don't want to damage the ship. We want to damage the people on the ship.
And if there's anything you know about the Royal Navy, the Ruby Carnate, it is that they are allowed to have cannons. So that could be a handy treasure to have.
We need the fucking ship, guys. We need the fucking ship. It's just one of those things. I don't really care what happens. Just need the fucking ship.
All right, we'll call it there. It's very late, but thank you for bearing with me, team, on that sesh. And of course, thanks to I saw Niall in the chat there. I think I possibly saw Josh before, and we got some raids and stuff. So that was a lot of fun. Good stuff all round. We'll hopefully see you next week before we go into a Christmas break. Bye bye.